Yeah. Hey guys, what's going on, man?
What's happening?
Hope everything is well. Gary, how you doing? What's going on, people?
Is that the volume?
Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me, Gary?
Yeah, I can hear you now, mate.
A little bit of technical. Oh, you can hear me now. All right, excellent, bro. Tony, what's going on?
Yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, Tony, I've just dived through the front door, dived into the office, dived onto the PC, dived onto the Xbox, dived onto everything
I'm on the way,
else.
guys.
Listen,
I'm on the way too.
I'm not even changed yet, which is the reason why I got the screen blank. So, look, I'm going to have to go with my Jamaican top because I ain't even got time to change it to the Arsenal top. What's going on, lads? What's going on? Guys, what channel is it on? Let me turn on my IPTV.
I've got it on Optus One.
Optus One? Oh, seriously? Isn't it on Sky? Right, hold on. Let me just check. Sorry about this, guys. Really unprofessional of me.
It's on Sky, yes. Sorry, it's on Sky, yeah.
Right, okay, let me quickly get on there. Sky, let me go to Premier League.
Yeah, these things happen, mate.
No, I was on the motorway. It's really horrible traffic, to be honest. Right, I've got, right, I'm on 2 minutes. I'm on 2 minutes.
You're way ahead of me, man. I'm on a minute.
Gary, do you want to go on Team Sheet and then I'll be with you in 30 seconds?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah, sure. So the Ben White return, the two rocks, Saliba and Gabriel, Calafiore at left back, a midfield trio of Rice, Partey, and Marino gets his first start. Bukayo Saka wasn't quite ready according to Mikel Arteta, so he didn't make the squad at all. So we've got Raheem Sterling starting his second Premier League game. Over on the right, Trossard on the left, and Havertz through the middle. I think the team very much picked itself, to be honest. So I wouldn't have risked Saka, even if he was feeling okay, to be honest. So I'm quite happy with the team, and interesting to see Marino get his first Premier League start.
Excellent. All right, let me turn my camera off. Sorry, I'm in my Jamaican top, guys. I haven't got enough time to get changed. So I went to go and see the family today, so I was off in Feltham. It's been a really busy week for me. I only just got back from the States recently. So shout out to everybody. Tony, how are you?
Yeah, like yourself, I've only just got back from Egypt recently.
Rotted.
So,
Madness, man. So hold on. Gary's the only
Tony's
one
a
that's been
traveller,
holding.
man.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, Gary's the only one that's been holding the fort while we're gone.
I've been home all day, bro.
Guys,
That's
sorry,
it, man. I need full login details, man.
And you know what? I did promise you guys I'd do some videos when I was in the States. As you know, that was just never going to happen. Most of America was out of power in Florida when I was there because of the hurricane. And then when I got back, late Thursday, I was writing up a script for the preview, and my computer went down and took all of everything with it. So I just couldn't be bothered because I was jet lagged. So I was laying up 2 a.m. trying to do a preview for you guys for the game, tired, falling asleep at the computer.
Nice one, Thomas.
And I just said, "Child, that's it. Can't do it, man." Right, let's get this thing up.
What minute are you on, Tone?
4:09.
Yeah, I'm at 4:30.
Damn, I'm well behind, man. What's going on with my...
So guys, you're going to be getting emotional screams from me if we score.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, give me a second. I'm still trying to get myself together with my audio.
So let's just set the pace. It's not a sunny day down in Bournemouth. Looks a little bit overcast, but not raining. I thought initially it was raining. Looked a bit smoky, but it's I think it's just the overcast. After moving the ball around at the moment, not really haven't pressed anything, but just so far controlling the ball. Long ball there from Raya out, won by Havertz. And we lose possession.
What happened there? There's jump back. That's it.
Oh, Ben White.
I'm on 5:20 now.
Yeah, we're at the
Clumsy
same, buddy.
from Ben White.
Yeah, he didn't need to put his hands up there. Just stand him up.
So the first real set piece of any note goes to Bournemouth. It's a free kick outside, back 10 yards outside the right-hand side of the penalty area.
Mm-hmm. So
look at the size of that team. Look at the size of that team.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, Gaz. They all are tall 6 foot.
Jesus, man. Take out Sterling and Trossard, everyone else is 6 foot.
Yeah.
Take out Sterling and Trossard, everyone is 6'2" plus.
Yeah. Here comes the cross.
Oh, and that's a great header at the far post. Was it Havertz?
Right, okay, I'm back in the mix.
I don't know who got the header at the far post.
Yeah.
Was it Marino?
And Marino does well.
No, Calafiore.
Throw into Arsenal.
That's a great header from Calafiore.
Yes, it
right.
was.
Marino
big up everybody.
What a header from Calafiore under pressure at the far post.
Big up 101 family. Big up everybody on YouTube. Guys, I did try to stream to Twitter today and it's still not working. Apparently, with the new laws now, you need the Twitter premium account in order to stream. So that's the reason why. Look, it's been last season.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Last season, we were streaming to Facebook, streaming to YouTube, streaming to Twitter, and now we're only streaming to Facebook. So it's not just my channel. Everyone is in the same boat, guys. Everyone's got the same rules that they got to live by. So unfortunately, the only way you can get to see us now is if you're on YouTube.
Control, Saliba.
Which is a shame. Emerson said, good afternoon. Tony and Gary will be in around the second half, a bit unwell. Yeah, if you're unwell, then don't worry, bro. We got the conch, man. We're taking control. Don't worry about it. Cam says these third kits are hideous and an absolute shocker. Sterling better do something useful today. Hey, bro, in his last game, Sterling got a goal and an assist. D says, salute, brothers. We're going to another Bournemouth today. Yeah. Big time. Because we're too strong. They can't fight us off. Announce the lineups. Yeah, lineups have been done, man. But I agree with you. I think we are too strong. Let's see what Sterling and Marino can do today.
So, Cam, you're not a lover of this third kit. I tell you what, it's probably one of the nicest kits I've seen. I don't know what to say about Arsenal nowadays.
I quite like it, to be honest.
One great kit after another. I'm a great fan of this kit.
Yeah, listen, I quite like it, to be honest. Hey, don't listen to Tony. Tony's had to force me to stop spending money on kits as well, which, by the way, I don't do too much because most of the Adidas stuff is sent to me for free now.
That's crazy, right? So a call is given. The linesman didn't have a clue. The ref didn't have a clue. They're both looking at each other for about 2 seconds.
He's actually handballed it as it's gone across the line.
And it wasn't
nice one, Tony. Nice one, Tony.
Did you see that, guys?
Down the back, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah, was it down the back?
Black man won. Yeah, and obviously I'm just sporting the Jamaican jersey here. You can see this is my favorite top at the moment. This is my favorite top out of all jerseys this season. I absolutely love this.
Play it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm on 9 minutes.
There should have been better. Sterling was away.
I'm on 9 minutes 30 seconds.
You're 10 seconds ahead of us.
Here comes a play through Ben White. Ben White crosses the ball. That's handball.
Nah, that's under the arm, and I think it's natural position.
Yep. So Arsenal look strong defensively, and they're able to deal with most of what Bournemouth has come up with, and Bournemouth are going to feel like they're going to have to take the initiative here, being at home. But look, Arsenal have had really good results here over the years. 3-0, 4-0, looked really solid, and I see no reason today why Arsenal can't repeat the success that they've had here in the past.
So Cam saying, Tony, this looks like a girl's kit.
Girl's kit, yeah. you know, kits is a personal thing, isn't it? I mean, you know, I every time I look at
with that
kits
set
now,
piece,
I'm like, oh man, should I buy it? Should I not? Should I buy it? Should I not? I think at some point in time, this blue kit's going to be in my wardrobe.
Well, the blue kit next year is going to be in my wardrobe. That's for sure. That's the lightning one that they're talking about doing.
I've also seen that apparently this white one's going to come out next year.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite kits. But it's the white and maroon kit, which was in the Champions League. Theo Walcott Adebayo assist against Liverpool. That kit, that's one of my favorite kits, and I absolutely love that. So we've only seen one instance where Trossard has been played in. Apart from that, it's a little bit of a slow start from both teams, I would say. I love Partey getting that ball from the back line.
It's been quite a scrappy game, though, hasn't it, really?
Yeah. It's because
just haven't created anything yet. We've been a lot of possession, but nothing created.
Bournemouth at home, they want to impose themselves. And pardon me, guys, I have missed most of the day because I've been with family. So before you tell me what's going on, let me just have a look because I have absolutely missed everything. So what's happened today? So Tottenham have won 4-1. I knew about that. Aston Villa have beaten Fulham 3-1. That is a surprise. United coming back from 1-0. United coming back from 1-0.
Fulham, I watched that game. I watched that game, and it was Fulham were really good, and they went 1-0. Lucky goal to be 1-1, and then Fulham missed the worst penalty I've ever seen in my life.
Wow!
And then
who took the
Villa
penalty?
got lucky
Palima?
again. No, Pereira.
United
stop. Martinez just stood there, and he just passed it to him. He just dropped down and picked it up.
That's a great win for Man United at home. I said to them earlier on, if they would have lost that, Ten Hag would have been sacked today.
Do you know what happened to United though? One. So you'll probably hear them moaning about it. So De Ligt got a cut on his head.
Oh yes,
really bad
and
cut.
He was
Blood
off.
Was streaming.
Yeah.
No, but he wasn't off. 3 times they took him off to repair the cut. 3 times. So once he went off, come back on, bleed again, off, come back on, bleed again. Took him off again. They scored from the corner.
Madness. And do you know who got the assist for the Fulham goal?
It was Bert Leno.
Yeah. Yeah. And Brighton beating Newcastle away 1-0. That was a fantastic result. I said it.
He just picked it up with his hand. What the hell?
Oh, Lord.
He just blatantly grabbed the ball with his hand.
Brighton. That's a great tackle by Saliba. Great tackle by Saliba. And then he plays in. He's tried to play in Sterling, and it's a little bit overrun. Your guy, Wele, the Brazilian Danny Wele, scored again. And Brighton get themselves in these positions where they're always in the top 4, top 5 within the first 10 games. But then injuries and suspensions take their toll on them. And at one point, the owners got to say...
Welbeck was stretchered off.
Yes, it's
Welbeck
such a
got
shame,
stretchered off later on in the game under gas and air.
Mad. And then Leicester beating Southampton at their ground. Fraser getting a red card for that. Vardy scoring a penalty again. So Leicester look like they're going to survive if they carry on in this form. Let's have a look.
Southampton were 2-0 up in that game.
Yeah, Leicester currently 13th in the table. Wow. So, and then obviously Everton
Southampton 2-0 up and cruising, and then Leicester just come back. Bing, bing, bing.
I said Everton was going to win that game, and they did. So, so that's been the Premiership so far today, guys. Arsenal, of course, if they win this, they go top. So if City draw and Liverpool draw, then Arsenal close out the weekend top of the league. That's what we want. And we've lost Tony there.
Looking a bit
We hope that
so far, man.
yeah, we hope we hope Tony
No,
hasn't got Tesco's Wi-Fi. We hope he's got Virgin Media, which, by the way, I've had to be Virgin Media for 20 odd years. I'm going to probably be switching to Community Fiber next year, as that's half the price of what I'm paying. And any of you guys who live in London,
who's that from?
It's a new company, came out about 4 years ago, offering discount rates for the capital, but they've actually moved out into my area. They're only in London though. They're only in London areas, but they've moved out into my area in Elstree, which is really nice. Oh, David Raya, what are you doing?
Oh, David Raya, what have you done, David Raya?
Oh my God! Do you know I've never seen him do that this season?
That was a terrible pass. What was he thinking?
Well, let's have a look what he was thinking. He's looking.
What was he thinking? There's no one even there.
Yeah, no, well, there was someone there. It was Marino.
He's looking for Marino, but Marino was never going to get to that ball.
It was a poor pass. It was a poor pass. That's the first time I've seen him do that this season. He's been rock solid.
I think he done it the other week. He done it a couple of weeks ago, didn't he?
Yeah, and Arsenal break the press so easy now. And here they are on the attack. It's Havertz. Havertz goes wide to the right with Sterling. This is what happens when you break the press. You become vulnerable at the back. But Sterling goes past two players. What a move from Sterling. Oh, and Bournemouth clear. That was fantastic from Sterling. Sterling standing. We've seen Saka getting double teamed time and time again. Sterling double teamed. He just puts the ball past two players and goes through them and doesn't have the options to finish. And here comes Arsenal again. Sterling on the right. A fantastic play by... You put a double team on him and he just goes past both of them, just nullifying. Here comes Arsenal. It's Moreno with the ball. Declan Rice. Is someone going to shoot?
Too much Arsenal, man.
Oh.
It's just too much. Marino had a chance to shoot. Rice had a chance to shoot.
Yeah. Here comes Calafiori. Here comes Partey. Arsenal now recycling the board. Oh. You don't see David Raya making those errors. You just don't see it happening. That's great to see Raheem Sterling there, man.
Yeah, when he initially burst inside, he's got to take the shot.
Yeah. It looked like he was looking for options.
I don't think the check back outside was needed.
Yeah. Oh, wow, Tony. Sorry, Tony, I had to mute you there for a second. Tony's back with us now.
Tony's listening to some smooth grooves, man.
No, I thought that was Tony's time for prayer. I thought he was going to roll out a carpet, put on the floor and pray. Cam says, we're absolute pressing monsters, though. It has to be said. Good work from Raheem to release Trossard. Here we go. Come on, lads. Bournemouth. A little bit of a scrappy game. 19 minutes gone so far, guys. It's still 0-0, waiting for a team to open up. But so far, Arsenal look dangerous going forward. Still no shots, though. Cam says the one player of ours last decade I have loved in this team is Sanchez. High pressing and spectacular. Also gave the ball away a bunch, bro. When that magic was gone, he was a liability towards the end. But when the magic was there was no one better in the Premier League. 30 goals a season he used to score for us. Absolutely loving Sanchez's commitment. And the thing is, I think with him, if you put structure into his game, he would have been twice the player. He had no structure. It was like the Tasmanian devil just whizzing around the pitch, just trying to, throw everything up on the wall and saw what stuck. He had no structure to his game. When he pressed, he was the only one in the team pressing. If you put him in a system that worked, he would have been an absolute monster.
Can you imagine having him now?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the reason why it didn't work at United because they tried to put structure around him, and he wasn't doing it. He would play with abandon, which was his style, really. So I think that was said that he was too uncoachable, and that he couldn't really adapt in a team like this. That's basically what they're saying. Oh, well played, Arsenal. It's really scrappy again. Here comes Raheem Sterling. Looks so dangerous.
On,
Chips
Raheem.
it into the box.
Go on, Raheem.
Oh, I didn't know whether Racine was going for goal or trying to set somebody up. But either way, he's looked Arsenal's most dangerous player.
What was that, though? Was it a shot or a cross?
I think
that's an attempt on goal.
No, you think so? It may be. Yeah, because he looks up quickly to see where the goalie is. So you might be right about that, Gary.
No, he may have been trying to pick out Trossard. Trossard.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
But just got it
It's
a little bit wrong.
one. Arsenal are in a good spell. They're attacking constantly on that right hand side, and it's funny. Saka normally works off the support he gets from the Ben White, Havertz, Odegaard in that area. Sterling's running things in this game. You know, here he is again,
Well,
1-on-1.
Come on, Raheem, take him on, beat him.
That's a foul.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a foul. Party got
what a tackle! Come on, ref.
He gets the man, not the ball.
Nah, that's because the ball.
I thought that was a great tackle from Thomas Partey.
Nah, he gets the man. There he is. He makes contact with the man well before the ball. That's a foul. I'm glad Partey's playing in this game.
That's harsh.
Yeah, that's harsh for me.
You think when Marino is starting that Declan's going to fall into the 6 and then Partey's not going to play. So we're almost not missing Odegaard at the moment we're still
missing Odegaard, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm saying with the schedule, you know, Southampton, Bournemouth, Leicester. You think with the schedule we've got, we're not missing him at the moment. It's only when the Liverpool game comes, that's when you want Odegaard.
Who have we got midweek? Is it Shakhtar?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got Shakhtar on Tuesday at home. So I'll be there for that game. We've got Liverpool next weekend at home. That's really where you want Odegaard. You really want him at home for that match. That's good. That's a big one. You win that, you're top of the league.
I think it comes too soon for Odegaard.
Yeah.
Yeah, end of November he's back.
From Declan Rice, that's a good ball from Rice out to Trossard. Trossard not really had that much to do today. Crosses it in. It's not a good cross. It's not a good cross from Trossard.
No, it was terrible.
He's got Calafiori on the overlap there to help, but he just doesn't deliver the ball in. And you've seen situations where Saka has delivered the ball in to Havertz like that twice, and he's got two-headed goals this season so far. So Havertz just wants you to put more quality on that ball, and then he'll attack it. Tough schedule for Arsenal. Then they've got Newcastle away, they've got Inter away, and then Chelsea away. Bloody hell!
He got tackled by his own player. Oh,
yeah.
Declan gives the ball away.
He got tackled by his own player, then we give it away again.
But it's that's one back by Moreno. Did you see Moreno?
Moreno's just a monster.
Yeah, he is. He is. Does the dirty things, mate. He does the Matthew Flamini, roll up your sleeves, dirty work, which no one gets credit for. You can see Bournemouth really they're trying to press because they saw Arsenal make that mistake. So they're trying to press. And this time it's Havertz that gives the ball away, which is deflected. So Arsenal now, that's twice Arsenal played the ball at the back where they've lost possession. those kind of things give Bournemouth hope because they really are struggling in their build-up play. But Sterling, that's a great ball out there to have us. But Arsenal just not moving the ball forward quickly enough. When you win the ball like that against the press, you've got to come out fast. It's Thomas Partey running at the defense, but
go on, Thomas. Go on, Thomas.
The ball. Yeah. This game pretty much sets up the way you see Arsenal, where Arsenal's so dominant in the midfield, really making it difficult for teams to play the ball past them. And here you see the instance again where Bournemouth are getting the ball. They're trying to get the ball through Arsenal's lanes, and they're really struggling. So they have to resort to route one balls, playing it up in the air. But then Arsenal win that free kick. Dango pushes Calafiori in the back. So Arsenal get the free kick there. Let me go and get a drink, guys. I'll be back in a second.
No worries.
There's a lot of pressure. They're pressing really well, Bournemouth. Oh, what have you done? Oh, what's he done? Oh no! That's a red card.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's going to be a red card. He's pulled him back.
Oh no!
Last man. Oh, yellow. Oh, Jesus!
It's one
Christ.
player
What a
away.
stupid ball by Trossard.
Wow!
But what a stupid
Gary,
ball by
I think
Trossard.
that's a red. Gary, I think the referee.
Me too.
Gary, I think the referee has done us a
White is
favour
not-
there, and I think the referee has done. He's looked at
White
the
is
other
not
games
getting-
before where we've been given soft red cards, and quite frankly, when you look at the sending offs that we've had previously before, they were soft, and to the point where the referee's got to make a decision: do I kill the game off? Which they did. This referee's looked at it and thought, am I going to kill this tie off by doing an early card, which quite frankly I don't need to do, and he's kept it sensible. That's what the rest for me, that's a red.
You see, the thing is, yeah, Apollo, that's not a situation you get a choice in. It's not about whether or not he deserves a red or a yellow. It's just got to be letter of the law. Is there another player capable of making an interception? And in that situation,
well, you've got to say how high was David Raya?
Yeah.
He's going to the screen. It's a red. Ben White's not getting across, but David Raya, how high was David Raya? That's what you need to know. Because if David Raya is high, he's coming out to clear that ball anyway. It's a red card. He's going to get sent off.
Yeah, if he gets sent to the screen, he's gonna be sent off. See,
Trossard passed the ball.
Is he actually fouling him, or is he running in a straight line? And
Why did David Raya go back towards his goal?
See, I don't know if there's an actual foul. Looking at
red card. Told you, red card.
Yeah. It's a shame.
And a 3-game suspension now.
Is it a 3?
Straight red, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not a.
Yeah, that's a 3-game suspension. I told you that's a red card all day, and for me, it was a red card all day. So he's going to miss now. He's going to miss Liverpool, Newcastle, and Chelsea.
Oh man!
Why didn't he just get involved in a race with him?
No, hold on. He's not going to miss Chelsea because the Preston game is the League Cup, so he'll miss the League Cup. He'll miss the League Cup. So he'll miss Preston, Liverpool, and Newcastle.
Oh, why do we do it to ourselves? Why do we do it to ourselves?
That's 3 red cards. See, that was a clear cut red. That was a red all day.
Yeah,
long.
as soon as I saw it, I said red.
Emerson's saying 1 match ban was not violent conduct. Well, they're going to
Yeah,
have
that's
to
what
appeal
I
that.
think.
They're going to have to appeal it then.
I think it's a 1 match.
It doesn't matter. He still misses Liverpool anyway, so it's
Yeah,
relevant.
definitely.
It's what we want him for.
Definitely. I mean, the good thing is we got plenty of centre backs. You know, you bring Jury and Timber back in, and you've got a plethora of centre backs to choose from.
Now we've got to sit and watch this another game ruined in the first half.
Yeah, but then it's on us, Gary. It's our fault. You know.
Yes, I mean, what was Trossard playing the ball there for? It was Trossard that played the pass.
And if they score now, this is not good. This is why we're not top of the league. This is why we're not top of the league. It happened at Brighton.
Why are you going
to why we're not top of the
pull him
league.
back there when you can get involved in a foot race and probably catch him? The geezer ain't the fastest. This is the guy they signed instead of Nketiah. No need to pull him back there, man. Get involved in a race. Open your legs. That's the 4th red card today, I think. A 5th red card handed out today.
Wow.
I just don't know why you're fouling him there. You know, you've got all that time to chase him. He don't look the quickest. He's a little bit of a...
I just think... I don't know if
what a tackle, Gabriel.
I don't know if he's actually trying to foul him. I just think it's a clumsy tackle.
I think the geezer run across him.
Yeah.
Which is what caused the contact, but...
Yeah.
They look like a little hand somewhere, but it is what. So Gabriel's taken the captaincy, or was he already captain?
Yeah, he would have started off as captain, wouldn't he?
Oh, why do we do it to ourselves, honestly?
I mean, when you think about it, we still got three centre halves on the pitch because Calafiori's a centre half, Ben White's a centre half.
Right, sorry about that, guys. That was awful, just awful. Last man,
it wasn't offside because it wasn't played by a Bournemouth player; it's played by an Arsenal player.
Yeah. I thought that was a red. I think everybody's in agreement that was a red. Me and Gary were the first people to say that he's
yeah,
it was a red.
I said it.
The only confusion on my side was that you're once the referee makes that decision and produces a card, VAR are not allowed to go in and change it. So that was a weird one for me why it went to VAR, because they normally don't do anything. If he doesn't produce a card, then it goes to VAR. So it was weird for me how he shows the yellow and then he changes it.
Party.
Yeah, really weird.
Come on, Raheem. Come on, Raheem. Big time, Raheem. Come on.
Go on. Shoot. Oh, he's missed. Shoot! Moreno's missed.
Oh, Jesus.
Moreno's missed. Oh, it was right in front of goal.
He's saying it's come off a Bournemouth player. He's appealing for the corner.
Well,
it did. It come off the Bournemouth player. Hit his knee.
Yeah. It did. Yeah, it did.
Clear deflection.
Yeah.
Jeez, how do they not see things like that?
Well, we're not. I mean, the thing is, you can either go free at the back here, Tony, and maintain your game.
Are free at the back. Yeah,
so you can. So essentially, you can play a 3. You can be a 3-4-2. 4-2. Yeah.
3-3-3.
Or 3-3-3, yeah.
I mean, defensively, it still falls back into a 5 because Raheem will just drop in on the right back.
Oh, you've got to stay on your feet.
Trossard falls into the.
Havertz, you've got to be there, Havertz.
Oh, he's done him. That's a good
This is
save
the guy
by
that I
Raya.
wanted Arsenal. Oh, he's hit the post, didn't he?
No, I think Raya saved it. Raya saved
This
it.
is the guy I wanted Arsenal to sign. This Semenyo. I love this Semenyo.
Yeah.
He's a player.
Yeah, Raya saved it.
Yeah. We should have put a bid in for this guy.
Yeah, he's been good for them. He scored.
So
Okay.
Kivior's coming on.
Sterling off.
Why?
So our biggest goal threat is coming off.
Whoa, come on, man.
That's a shame. Your first start for the club
Why
in the
would you
league and
take
you only
Raheem?
get 36 minutes.
But why would you take Raheem off? Why
I
would you
wouldn't
take
do that.
Trossard off?
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that.
I think he's worried that you're going off, but yeah, I would have taken off Trossard. Sterling's been more of a goal threat.
Raheem, Sterling gives you pace on the counter attack, right?
I don't get it.
Trossard
I don't
doesn't really
get
do
it
that.
because I tell you why. You've got 3 holding midfielders potentially, who any one of them 3 can drop back into a centre back role when the system needs it. Yeah, Partey we've seen start at right back. Yeah, so we know he can do that. Rice is just phenomenal at it, and of course you got the interception king in Marino. So I don't understand why you needed to make that change.
Oh, that to me is crazy. I just don't get it. Sorry, I think that's a big mistake. We would have been comfortable with the 3 at the back, the 3 holding midfielders who all win the ball, all tackle, all intercept.
Yeah, and just say, look, one out of Partey, Rice, and Marino, you drop in whenever you're on the defence.
Well, what you do there, you'd make Havertz the one to drop in, and you leave Trossard and Sterling for the break.
I don't get that. That's a strange one for me all day. Almost like you're saying, all right, we're just going to put the brick wall up now, and because you've limited your attacking options.
So Pitt says Sterling doesn't work. It says Sterling doesn't work, Mark. They don't want to lose that midfield and play counter for 70 minutes. And Cam says, let's all start our games with 10 men, Emerson. Saliba should have let him go. I'm pretty sure that he would have caught him and failed to score. It's a decent point there. It was far out, though. It was 40 yards out. Trossard for come off, says Cranky. Yeah, I agree. I definitely would agree.
Look, the biggest goal threat. There's no
goal threat. Yeah, the biggest goal threat would have been Sterling. Sterling's been okay in this game, man. Let me see if Tony has sent Cranky a link. Let me send Cranky a link. Sorry about that, Cranky. I've been out all day, man. So I've been.
Cranky don't want to be on there. He's gonna be in a meltdown.
All right, let's have a look. All right, let me send Cranky the link.
How can the referee see that's chest from behind him? The referee's pointing to the chest. How can you see it's his chest? You're behind the guy.
Madness. Oh, Cranky says not coming on. Okay.
He doesn't like coming on watch alongs at the best of times, let alone when we're down by a player. Yeah, this seems strange. I mean, these are the kinds of things that you go sometimes like, you're actually better off letting them score and keeping 11 men and coming back and winning 2-3-1.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, it just reminds me of the Champions League. You know, Champions League final against Barcelona.
Just said exactly what I said. Sterling's the only one with speed. So when you nick the ball back, you want that outlet that's got pace in behind, and you've taken him off. just don't understand why you do that. We weren't even in any trouble. It's not like they was running rings round us.
Mount thinks that Trossard will produce more goals. You can see Arsenal's incredible away record there. Cam says our win percentage drops from 75 to 45% without Saliba, while our goals without him, our defense concedes 0.8 with him.
You look at that. Kyrgios just got done for pace by Semenyo, and Raya spilled it, and then gets up and saves it.
Mad.
But what was the point of Kyrgios on the pitch? He's got no speed. So he divvies for the ball. He's got to hold his position and let the guy actually run at him. And he's left-footed. He's playing on the right. Make it make sense, someone.
Yeah, we're in a bad situation right now. We're struggling right now.
Oh, that run. You've got to pick up that run.
Good job, Raya got up so quick, man, to save that, because he should have held that on from the first.
Well, that was a big save.
Yeah, but should have been no need to save. He should have held the ball from the cross. Wasn't exactly hit with extreme pace.
Yep, still a big save. Raya comes to the rescue to deny Bournemouth, guys. Probably makes up for his error that he made earlier on today. But the thing is, when we went down to 10 men against Brighton and City, you got to think to yourself, you're holding on, and you're doing your due diligence. You're against two good teams. Bournemouth's not a good team. If Arsenal have 10 men, I'm sorry, you're expected to win today. You're expected to win regardless whether you got 10 or... Yes, it's going to be harder. Yes, you have to do more running. Yes, it's another red card that's early in the game. Why can't these red cards be later in the game?
But let's not forget, when we went down to 10 against Brighton, even after they equalised, we still had 2 or 3 really good opportunities.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. True.
I just don't understand why you would make the substitution.
Yeah, all you have to
do is say to Sterling, you need to make sure you do your defensive work, and that's it.
Yeah,
if he doesn't do it, then you hook him and make a change.
In all honesty, you're not going to get much defensive work out of Sterling, are you?
No, but if you're in a battle where you're constantly under attack, you make a change. But I think he just made it way too early.
That's a great tackle by Partey, but they've won it back. Here comes Declan Rice, who wins the ball again. So Partey and Rice doing what we know they do best. Winning duels, winning tackles in the midfield, and really putting.
Trossard's give it away again.
Yeah, and he's giving it away after that. Cranky said we missed Timber. Yeah, Timber sadly missed in this game, simply because Ben White is struggling. But Ben White ain't played in a month, and he is struggling today. But even when he's fit, Ben White tends to sit off wingers too much, which is what I don't like.
The Semenyo is a good player.
Yeah.
And any defender's going to have his time. If you let him run at you, you got to be touch tight with this type of guy.
How long was your flight, Tony? Mine was 9 hours.
4.5.
Mourinho needs the ball back.
Jet lag's been kicking my backside, man. You know what time I went to bed last night? About 5 a.m. And I woke up at 10 a.m. to get out to my family's do. So sleep has just been killing me, man. When I finish review lot, I'm gonna chill out.
Come on, Trossard. What's he just kicked the ball away? There's no composure there. He could have turned and played the ball on the floor.
He could have run 10 yards. Anything but just boot the ball out.
Yeah.
I just don't get why you take Sterling off.
See, look, this is where Sterling would have been effective. Look how Marino just nicked the ball. There's no outlet. Get past him, Ben White. Why
Run!
you stopped it? But Ben White should have just got past Havertz there and then.
Go on! Shoot! Oh, Thomas Partey over the bar.
Oh,
He's taken the volley. I think he needs to take his time on that one, let it hit the ground and size it up more. He's gone for the volley so quick. Yeah. Decent attempt, but over the bar. If he gets that on target, it goes in the back of the net. Cam says, not only Marino, everyone on the pitch is having an awful game. They entered the game so cold, Gary's saying. And then too many errors.
I love that saying.
Well, look, if you take out the international break, they've not played. They've not played a competitive game in over 2.5
Kyrgios
weeks.
got done again, look.
Yeah. He's coming in cold, isn't he, Gary?
Kyrgios gets done with the run behind again.
He can't be cold because he played 2 games for Poland.
Yeah, international football, I don't do that, mate.
Premier League cold.
I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't do
different.
International football is boring to me. I struggle to watch it, bro. The only international football I watch is the Reggae Boys right here, yeah? And them guys are doing all right at the moment. They're second in their World Cup division. They had 2-0 win over Nicaragua over the week, and then they drawed the last game. So Reggae Boys are doing all right, man. Cranky, it'd be great for you to let me know what your thoughts are on the Reggae Boys.
I thought he was going to throw that ball out, Tony. Did you see that? I thought he was going to throw the ball out just as a Bournemouth player run past him.
Yeah, I think he done with it, didn't he? I think he done with it. The one thing you want is stability from your goalkeeper, and he's been rock solid all season, Gary.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Thomas Partey having a good game, though. Probably one of the only Arsenal players that were. Sterling was having a good game, but then they took him off.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, with the 3 we've got in midfield, that's you still got 2 winning the ball, right? And one can drop back into the back 4. So 100%. It made no sense to take off Sterling, right?
It made no sense.
But I don't understand the front line. Is Havertz dropping back into a 10, or is
not
Trossard?
really.
I don't see what's going on here. I don't
see. That's what you would have done. You would have had the 3. You would have dropped Havertz back
and
to
then
make
put
the
Sterling in front
in midfield when one went into the back 4.
Yeah, and then put Sterling in front.
Trossard and Sterling. Trossard controlled the ball. Sterling make a run, got pace, and he's away.
Yeah, I don't know what the referee's looking at here. Yeah, I don't know what he's looking at there. I think, yeah. Cranky is saying Marino is not a 10. No, he's an 8. He's an 8. We should be playing 3 across. We should be, but it doesn't look like we are. I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on the front line.
Well, the front line is pretty much not doing anything.
Yeah, you've only got Havertz, haven't you? You haven't got anything else.
Yeah, but Havertz looks like he's dropping back, so that's why I said, is he dropped back into a 10 or? And that's a useless cross. What's going on, James? Shout out to James Hanbury. Big up to you, my brother. It says the difference in class between Saka and Sterling was glaring. James, did you see when Saka normally gets double teamed, he normally recycles the ball. Sterling had 2 guys in front of him double teamed. He pushes the ball through them and runs right by them. It's just like, whoa, what on earth just happened there? And the only thing that was wrong with that is he didn't have anyone supporting him there to lay the ball off. So he was a little bit stuck after that. But the move was there, though. Sterling got past 2 players in the blink of an eye on a double. And if you can do that to a double team, my word, what does that say with you about the quality of player you are? And so he goes, he looked class in too many times in the first 20 minutes, causing problems for those around him. Still not convinced. Cranky says, still confused about keeping on Trossard and taking off Sterling. Yeah, I mean, there must have been something with it. Arteta would have seen something there, and I don't know what the reason is behind it. Personally, I would have kept on Sterling. Then I would have dropped Havertz behind him. So it's half-time, guys. Half-time. Let me change the banner.
Crazy, man.
I think the only thing to talk about is the red card. And I think we all agree it was a red card. The only thing I need to see is, did he drag his hand back or was it a collision of bodies? I think the referee would have seen that on VAR. So I think it was probably an arm pull.
It looked like there was just a little touch on the shoulder, a little drag back on the shoulder, is what it looked like. But if it's
I don't
just a
think
collision
there
of
is,
him running
Gal. I
across,
don't think you can actually see a hand, like in any kind of pulling motion. Look, a guy has to raise his hands to adjust. There's a guy who's coming across your body. Yeah. Now, tanglement of feet, yes, that's happened. And if you want to give a red card for that, I'm fine with. But I don't see he's made an effort to pull the fella back. I see hands very much not close enough to the guy to call that a pullback.
Yeah, when me and Gary saw it straight off, I thought it was a red card. When he gave the yellow, I thought it was just because the 2 reds that we've had for kicking the ball away, I thought was soft. And I thought the fact that those were maybe Brighton, not so much, but the Man City game was a huge game. And you didn't want to spoil a matchup like that by making such a soft decision. So I think the decision for that was wrong. I think that was wrong. I think that they should not have sent him off. But I think in this game, the refs probably looked at it and thought, these guys have had 2 soft reds. I'm giving this one a yellow. So I said, fair enough. But then they went back and looked at a VAR. And once that VAR screen came up, I said it was over. There's no way he would survive in VAR.
I thought if the referee has made the decision, why did VAR get involved?
I have no idea.
And that's the question I posed to you and Tony. It's like, normally when that happens, once the ref has given his decision on a card, then he's made it. Then VAR does not need to go in and correct. VAR was not brought in to correct referees' decisions. It was not. It was brought in to
no. Well, it is. It is.
Only on penalties, Tony. Only on penalties.
No, that's not true. We know that's not true.
If it's a foul and the ref has seen it and he's given a decision, then I don't see those overturned. You don't see VAR going in, re-looking at red cards. It's just something you don't see. So when that happened, I was a bit bemused by it. If it's a penalty, then yes, look at it all day long because you're talking about groundbreaking decisions. But for me, the ref had made his mind up. He's given a yellow. The game should move on. It's a strange one, that one for me. Cranky said, James, what has Trossard done in this game? He gets pushed around and the defense easily catches up with him. His passing and hold-up play has been poor. And don't mention the through pass to Bournemouth. James is saying, why was Howard Webb? Yeah, exactly. What was that all about, James? What was he doing on the phone? Saying that they need to get involved in this. Was he the one that propped the VAR decision? Because I'm sure the game was quite happy to go on after the yellow card had come out. So yes, that's a good analysis there, James. Good eye seeing and what was going on there. It really quirked me as well. D saying our ability to keep 11. Yes. You know what, D? 8 games and 3 yellow cards. That's not title winning.
It's too much.
Because that goes into the mentality, right? And I say this again, I say when Arteta has got these guys in the dressing room, he talks about fine lines. Don't kick the ball away because that's a red card. Don't do it. Don't touch the ball. Don't touch the player. Just go out the way. He's reinforced that, but yet it's happening. It's happening. And then we have a situation like this where I think Cam make the comment, Saliba's recovery speed has always been elite. There are guys that have beaten him. There are guys that have got a step on him, but he normally gets back and his recovery speed and makes a large ditch tackle. So if he got beat by this guy, which he clearly did, just use your recovery speed and catch the guy up and put a body on him. Just get the angle right so he can't get a shot off and get a body on him. There was no need to bring the guy down. So again, if you're talking about a defender who doesn't have that recovery speed, yeah, like a Mertesacker, then I get it. But you're Saliba. Your speed in recovery is elite, among the best in the world. Yeah, you could have let the guy run with it and then just caught him up. So yeah, I'm with you on that one, D.
Yeah, it made no sense for him to pull him back there. So hold on, they're showing it now.
Yeah.
So it's a strange ball by Trossard anyway. So there's the arm. Look, Saliba's left arm on this Evan Nielsen's left arm.
Yeah.
But it's not. His arm's on him, but he isn't pulling him. His hand is not doing anything.
But he's offside, Tony. He's offside.
No, he's not offside because
He's
Trossard
offside.
played the ball.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
Trossard played the. What was Trossard thinking? I don't even know what Trossard was thinking.
Yeah, that's what Cranky's saying. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. I remembered it at the time, but yeah, I just.
I mean, what you got to look at is they're saying that Ben White is in a position.
I would have let him go. If I was Saliba, I would have let him run.
Listen, 27 minutes, you keep 11 on the pitch, you got more chance to score.
Yeah. But Saliba would have caught him up, right? So that's what I'm saying. Was that a clash of legs? Or he didn't pull him back?
That is a clash of legs.
It's a clash of legs. So that's a yellow card, mate.
But look at him rolling on the floor, look, banging the floor and all that.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, but you've seen the VAR, so you would have known. I thought he pulled him back. He didn't.
That's what I've been saying, Apollo.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
There's no hands.
Yeah, there's no hands. So that should have been a yellow. That's not. Yeah, look. You can see there. He did not pull him back. That's a yellow.
It's the way that Evan Nielsen has gone down with the little spin, suggesting that left hand has dragged him around.
Look, you know, in that situation, it's a clash of legs. It's a clash of legs. But hey, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh man, clash of legs is initiated by the defender. It's subjective, but cannot argue. Yeah, I mean, look, you know, he's got to do what he's got to do. That's 3 red cards in 8 games. Not good, guys. Not good. 32% red card ratio for Arsenal when they play. Not great. You're on mute, Gary. You're on mute. Shout out to Fat Freddy.
Sorry, Craig's saying that the clash of legs is initiated by the defender. How is that possible? If the guy runs across him, what's he meant to do? Even if you stop, the guy clips him. What are you meant to do?
And the point is, Gaz, if it is, as you say, a clash of legs, it's a yellow card at most.
I think you guys can hear my television, can't you?
And can it be a goal scoring opportunity 40 yards from goal?
Yeah, it was about 45. It was a yard outside of the center D, right?
So 40 yards from goal. That's not a goal scoring opportunity.
That's about 45 yards.
Because
yeah,
the guy's still got to run. He's going to chase him. Ben White's also on the way back. So it's a. But I mean, listen, I thought it was a red as soon as I saw it, to be honest. But
yeah, and me too. So Fat Freddy says, look at the bigger picture. This was never a red card. Move on to what we do now, please. And I think that is the what we do now. I think wasn't right. First of all, you got rid of Sterling, who I believed was our biggest threat. I probably would have moved. Oh, it's really difficult. Would I have moved Ben White to centre back and then put Partey at right back? You know what? Even Skelly, I would have even put Lewis Skelly on there and put Calafiori at centre back. I think that would be the safer move. I didn't check the subs bench. Give me a bit of time, guys, to look at the subs bench. Is that right now? Is that right? Right, subs bench. Seaford, Kivior, Zinchenko. Zinchenko's on the bench. So Zinchenko, Lewis Skelly are both on the bench. So you could have put one of those guys at left back and put Calafiori in the middle. So that's what I would have done.
I would have just left it exactly the same. You had the 3 at the back, the 3 in the middle, and then you have when Bournemouth have the ball, you simply just move Rice into the back 4, Havertz drops back into the 3, and then you've got the 2 up top, Trossard to control the ball and maybe play Sterling through on the break. That's simple. He didn't need to do what he done. It's a panic move. Panic move, nothing more.
Yeah, so Fat Freddy, so for me, you got to sort out the the front line because I think the defense is good enough to win this game. So the defense, you can go away, get a clean sheet. We're great at that. 10 of the last 13 away games this year has resulted in a clean sheet. So we're really good at keeping clean sheets away from home, regardless of how much men are on the field. But I think it's what's up front is confusing me. You take off your most productive threat, which is Sterling, and up front, since then, I've been trying to gauge what's been going on. It's definitely not a front three, that's for sure. Is it a Trossard up front and then Havertz drop to the 10? Or is it a Havertz at the 9 and still a Trossard on the left? So
it looks like a 4-3-1-1.
I don't understand. But it's not a 1-1. That's what I'm saying. Because Trossard is still on the left and Havertz is through the middle. So just doesn't. It's like what me and Tony said. I would have gone with a 3-4-2, if that makes sense. I would have just gone with 3 at the back and then have Partey support the back line, which he's good at. That's what I would have done. It's Bournemouth, for Christ's sake. You're not playing 10 men against
he's
Man
made
City.
it look like it's Man City all over again.
Yeah.
He just panicked and made the decision way too early.
I think you've gone too passive as the manager, and I think you need to be more aggressive. This is your league title to win. You must come out of this with 3 points, and so I think that needs to be adjusted. Let me go back to the team sheet to see what the options are, and who can affect
Martinelli
this game.
on the bench. He's got Martinelli on the bench.
He's got Jesus on the bench, which isn't quite what.
No, Martinelli is obviously the answer.
Yeah, he is.
Got the pace.
Yep, you're right. So essentially, I would take off Trossard and put Martinelli on. I would do that.
I'd take off Kivior and put on Martinelli.
No, I would take off Kivior and put on Zinchenko, but he can't take Kivior if he won't do that because
it was a silly move to put him on in the first place.
I agree.
I think all three of us agree on that point.
Yeah. What about Ranieri? Does Ranieri get into this game?
No
hard
chance.
to see. Hard to see.
I don't know why he didn't get a start. This is the kind of games where you want him starting.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I would have given him a start. I mean, he scored in midweek for England.
You know, these are the kind of games where you want him to feel his way into Premier League football. So when the big games come, he's got even more of an idea of what it's all about. You've got a guy just sitting on the bench and you're about to hand him a 60,000 a week contract at 17 years old.
Yeah.
Give him a chance.
Well, you know, like I said, this is Bournemouth. It's not Man City. You should be aggressive. And I think maybe they've had time in the locker room at half time to just reset their mind, you know, and what they're going to do about it. I think that maybe they'll come up with a different tactic and be more aggressive now. They have to. But look, 3 red cards this season is just an embarrassment now. I don't know what they do here. I'm looking at something here. What does this mean? Trossard makes a big mistake, denying goal scoring. Here it is. Saliba denying a clear. So he was sent off for denying a clear goal scoring opportunity. So the argument there was Ben White in a position where it was not going to be a clear scoring opportunity? So that's another question that comes into it.
No, right. Ben White was never going to get back.
Right, second half has just started off. I've just kicked off, guys.
Yeah.
And no changes. 18 says, I got a bad feeling about this. We don't need that kind of mindset here, bro. Mamba mentality today, my brother. Mamba mentality.
18 come on with his first comment. The negativo.
Yeah. I could hear your knees shaking, your knobbly knees knocking and shaking on this. Take that away. Bun it. Get rid of it. We need some big hairy chests right now here in this stream.
What a ball, Trossard. Why didn't you do that
need to man up here today, guys. Need to man up here today. Yeah, you know what they say in the NFL, Gary? Next man up. Next man up, bro.
It was in Major League Baseball. Next batter up.
NFL, man. Next man up. Yeah, don't let the numbers confuse you, man. Don't let it be a reason to fail. Next man up. And you can see here that's a nothing ball from Gabriel. So
Yeah,
when you
stupid.
got 11 men, you can do them passes. But when every possession has to mean something, you can't do that. You can't do that. Record when Arteta is getting sent off 17 games, 3. So when a player gets sent off, Arteta's only won 3 games. Oh no! Oh! Arsenal nearly gone down 1-0 there. What a golden opportunity. He's missed an open goal.
Semenyo, my guy.
How does he miss that? He's got nobody on him, quite frankly.
But they gave it up thinking the ball was going to go out.
Oh.
And Kivior hasn't got back into position. He just stood there with his hand up.
And that's the reason why
they killed it back into play.
Right. So people might say Calafiori was his man and that was his position. But Calafiori's running to the centre because Kivior wasn't there. So Calafiori is covering for Kivior, and then that leaves the man at the back. Oh, that should have been 1-0. Should have been 1-0 to Bournemouth there. Awful. Awful miss. Awful miss.
Play the ball, Marino. Kirill gives away a free kick. Kirill can't play on the right. He's so left-footed, it hurts. Let's hope so, D. Let's hope so.
Oh, wow. Gonna be a tough one, guys. D says back at full time, we'll nick this 1-0. We'll win 1-0. I think so, bro. I think so. Cam says Arteta should have taken a risk with Ranieri in the middle. These are difficult, but as a coach, this is what makes or breaks your ability to trust young players and accept that risk and reward. Gary?
Sorry, mate. What was that?
I was just reading out something here. Let me
I think so, Cam. You got a blood Nwaneri at some point from the start, and the quicker you do it, the better I think it's going to be for him. I think, but obviously Arteta picks the team, and I'm still bewildered from what I've seen so far. 50 minutes, you don't envisage the game going like this, but I think it was just too much panic from the manager. Go on, Havertz. Who's in the box? Cool now. It's the first time we've seen Havertz pick up the ball and run.
Yes, he just hasn't had much space as well. 18 saying you cannot win a title playing with 10 men instead of 11. I agree.
Yeah, agreed. You've got to keep 11 on the pitch. Sometimes things happen and you understand it. But, I mean, the red cards we've had, they could have all been avoided. That's the worst thing about it.
Look how big and imposing we are. We're bigger and taller than all of their players. Need a good corner here from Declan Rice. Declan Rice taking it on the wrong side. And he's outswung it, yeah. Just because you've not got any left-footed player who can swing that in.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Missing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the problem there. So the ball is swinging out, which has given you a harder chance to get that into the net. So it's given the goalkeeper more time to react. Here comes Bournemouth. And they've gone out left. Semenyo, what a let off for Arsenal that was. Oh my word.
Oh, Ben White, wake up. See, there's no outlet ball.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Thomas Partey gets the ball out with 3 Bournemouth players around him and just gets swamped.
See, look, where's Havertz? Look, he's all on his own up there, Havertz. He's got to hold the ball up better.
Yeah.
And then he needs runners off of him. This is what Sterling would have bought.
Yeah.
One touch, turn it around the corner, Sterling's off after it.
I mean, we're just camped in at the moment. We're just camped in. Trossard's got the ball now on a break. What can he do? He gives it to Declan Rice to Calafiori. Guys, we need to keep the ball. We need to get some possession here. Calafiori now takes the ball out on the left. He plays it in the middle, and somehow it gets to Havertz. An Arsenal break now on the right. It's Ben White on the right with no support.
Ben White couldn't cross the road, mate. He ain't doing nothing.
And Havertz. But this is what Arsenal needed to do, though. They needed to get some kind of combination passes together to try and make something happen and force Bournemouth to go back. And they have. The ball's recycled on the right-hand side, but they got nobody who can do anything with it. There's no Saka, no Sterling, no Jesus. And now it's, I mean, we've given the ball away. It's Calafiori who gives the ball away.
Trossard, you've got to be stronger in that tackle, Trossard.
Oh. Yeah. It's going to be a long 45 minutes, mate.
I was just, you know what, mate? I was just thinking.
It's going to be a long. Yeah.
Is it really going to be another 40 minutes in this game?
We're going to have to take all of our chances. You're not going to get a lot of chances to score.
We created a chance.
Yeah.
We've had one shot from Marino, which grazed the outside of the post, which took a deflection.
So let's have a look at this. So Arsenal, no shots on target. Bournemouth 2 shots on target. Total shots, Arsenal 4, Bournemouth 9. This is not good. It's just a disaster, to be honest. This is not how I envisioned my son's my
Saturday the change that he made bringing on Kvyat has just killed the game. It's just killed Arsenal's attacking prowess.
Yeah, Cranky. That's what I was saying about the front line. I said I don't know what's going on up there. There's no. I don't understand what is happening in the front line. There's no front line right now. We're still playing with Trossard on the left and Mourinho, and Havertz as the 9, and it's just not happening. Yeah, it's just not happening. It's just not happening up there. And I agree. Take off Marino and Trossard. I agree. Take off Marino and Trossard and get Martinelli and get Jesus on there.
But the thing with Martinelli and Jesus, they work hard in defence, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So but I mean, you could have just said to Sterling, you've got to do your defensive work,
which he can't do. If there's one thing
he must be able to do.
No, if there's one thing we know he doesn't do well, and that's defend. As good as he is going forward, that's the biggest improvement in Saka's game and in Martinelli is their ability to get back and defend. Here comes Declan Rice, 40-yard run, puts the ball out to Moreno back to Rice, Calafiori. So this is the only problem. Not only do Arsenal not have anyone clinical in the team, but they don't have anyone who can thread a pass. The only person they've got who can thread a ball is Thomas Partey. And he's playing a very, very passive role in today's game.
But this is where you want to win corners and free kicks and get the ball into the box.
Yeah. Look how easily Bournemouth forced us back. Because the ball is not progressing as forward as you would like it to.
Victor saying, I'll bring in Jorginho.
Madness. That's got to be a foul on. That's an Arsenal ball. Oh, he's giving it to them.
But see, the linesman standing right there didn't give nothing.
I know, because he thought Havertz was the one that got fouled.
The linesman standing right there did not give a thing, didn't flag, didn't do nothing.
Yeah, look, we're just not doing anything with the ball.
It's a terrible clearance from Kivior again. The guy can't use his...
Oh! Raya missed that one. You know what? I don't think that was it. If you look at the trajectory of the ball, it's in the air and it just drops out of a dime. It's as if someone just dropped the ball out of thin air. Raya was managing the flight of the ball and it just completely drops.
At least he got fingertips to it.
Yeah. That was a weird one. Cam says, Arteta's moving too close into Simeone territory lately. Going down 10 men shouldn't mean conceding 80% of territory. Trossard's given the ball away again. That's 4 times Trossard's given the ball away.
Trossard, man. And we get lucky because the referee gives a free kick. He pulls it back, but the advantage has gone. The advantage was with Trossard to lay the ball off and carry on Arsenal attack, and he give it away.
Oh, wow. God, what would we have done if we didn't have Declan Rice? Probably would have bought some cheap South American player who wouldn't even understand the physicality of the game.
Now, where he might as well just be sitting at home because he ain't going to get a chance. I don't understand what goes through Arteta's head.
Is that not a push, ref?
No, it doesn't count if they're not playing for Arsenal, Tony. We know this.
Well done, Calafiori.
Yeah, they've weathered the storm and they're starting to get possession, which is what I talked about. They're starting to get some possession, which means that they're in.
You're joking.
Oh, come on!
Some of these referees are jokes.
Tony, it's the hardest thing to do to progress with the ball up the field with 10 men, and when you get there, this is the 3rd time now that they've given a foul against Arsenal and in Bournemouth's favour.
But how was that a foul?
Oh, it's just stupid. Comical. It's so hard to progress the ball up the field with 10 men. And you do all that work. And then the referee, oh, he's done you. He's done Ben White. He's done you. He's done him.
Great header, Calafiore.
Ben White got so easily done there, man. I'm on 59 minutes.
Ben White's still looking for him.
Oh, that's close.
No. 2 foot wide.
Cam's talking to Cranky. He says, Arsenal's game management is very impressive. Doesn't make for the greatest spectacle, but they know how to slow the game down and make life easier for themselves. Yeah, but it doesn't help when you got players who are just gifting the ball away like Trossard.
Yeah.
You know, I get the game plan. I hear what you're saying. And yes, Arsenal have taken the sting out of Bournemouth and nullified their threat, quite frankly. But what happens when you've got the ball? What happens when you're in possession? It's just silly little things like them free kicks given away. You can't do that, man. Oh, Bertram says, Cam, the players may game manage well, but the manager is a challenge in that area. No, that's the manager, bro. That's the manager. If anything, the players are throwing it away, Cranky. They're just not looking after the ball well. They're making some awful decisions. 60 minutes and 15 seconds gone, and we've had no shots on target. That's awful. At some point, you've got to take the game by the scruff of the neck. And
even with 11, we didn't have a shot on target.
The game's crying out. I hate to say it, but it's crying out for Jesus and Martinelli. More so for Martinelli, because Martinelli has got some competence. See? Bournemouth are finding so much space in there, and he's done you again, Ben White.
Because Ben White tries to nick the ball. He tries to nick the ball, but his body is never in a position to do it.
Oh, my word. Guys, when I do player ratings for Ben White, you better close your eyes. I'm just being fair. I'm just being fair. You better.
I mean, you can see that Ben White's been out for a couple of weeks. He's nowhere near up to match level.
Yeah, agreed. Looks like Bournemouth are going to be making wholesale subs.
Yeah, 3 substitutions, I think, all at once. Sinistera, Cliver, and that Christie guy.
Yeah, Sinistra.
California down holding.
Why don't you book him for kicking the ball away then? It's our foul, and it's not even giving us the ball back. So where's his yellow card then for not giving the ball back?
Yeah, I told you don't count unless they play for Arsenal, innit?
Look, so
other players can do whatever they want.
Look, he's touched the ball once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So where's his yellow card then?
Absolute.
Yeah, he got a yellow card.
Yeah,
he got a yellow card.
All right, he booked him. Gary, you see where I'm coming from, though, right?
I do exactly what you were saying.
Right.
He's had 5 touches. He's had 5 touches of the ball before. Oh, unbelievable. Mad. So the only thing I'm thinking of is he wants Jesus and Martinelli to have an impact on the game. He doesn't want them to get on
the bench, though.
No, you can't, but you got to manage the time, right? So you don't want to get them on too early, or else they're going to run the. I mean, the guys are tired right now. They're doing the job of 11 men. So the last time we played Man City doing this, Havertz and them and Rice were cramping up. They were suffering.
Yeah, but there's only 30 minutes left, mate.
I know.
The substitutes must be able to play 30 minutes.
So you have to contextualize.
If they can't play 30 minutes, they shouldn't be on the bench.
So Tony, contextualize the word impact. He wants those 20 minutes to be very impactful in terms of what they do, rather than getting them on too early and not doing anything. So he's going to expect you to run hard.
Oh, Raya!
Raya's having a nightmare in distribution today.
Raya is having a mare.
Yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, he's having a nightmare. It's all gone wrong today, guys. It's all gone wrong. Nothing the team are doing this is one of them banana slip games.
So here comes Martinelli for Trossard.
Yeah.
Trossard's lasted 63 minutes. I'm not even too sure, to be perfectly honest.
I'll tell you what, Trossard's player rating won't be too high today.
I don't think Arteta's will either. That's it, Martinelli. Go on. Oh. And Semenyo's just thrown the ball away again, I believe. That's a free kick. So Calafiore will take this free kick. Short to Martinelli. Martinelli runs. Gets the cross in. Oh! Gabriel's taking it off of Havertz's head. Or Kyrgios taking it off of Havertz's head.
It's a great play. It's a great play.
Was it? No, it might be the corners given.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a great header by whoever the number 5 is from Bournemouth. What a cross.
If ever you needed a set piece goal, you need it now.
Tell me about it. It's the same header from Marino. And it's cleared long. Kluivert's after it. But what a run from Declan Rice, who took the corner. What a sprint from Declan Rice. He's give Ben White a yellow card for time wasting with the throw.
Yeah, well, what did I say to you about Arteta talking about principles? Arteta would be fuming because he's reinforced this time and time and time again. Do make it easy for the officials. Don't give them the chance. Don't give them a reason.
Oh, go on.
Oh, he's missed it.
Oh, Martinelli, man.
Oh, my God. He had it. He had it there, guys.
It's a good save, but it's a good save, but the keeper shouldn't get a chance to save that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Actually, I don't. Was it a block from the defender?
No.
No, it was a save. It was a save.
Balaga saved it.
Yeah, it's a save.
It's too close to him. That's probably the best chance of the game, you know.
Yeah, easily.
Oh, Ben White, you got done it. Ben White's struggling, man. He can't continue. He looks out on his feet. Remember, there's a couple of games before when he was absolutely done out on his feet.
Yeah.
That's so.
Victor says, I don't rate Mourinho. Give it, bro. This is his first start. Give him a bit of time to settle in, man. Cam says, Arteta's first half season in charge was very encouraging. There were moments where he showed his youth, which is to be expected, and not something he should be chastised for, but he's much better now. He's probably talking to Bertram Cranky in terms of game management.
Bournemouth have scored.
Wow.
And it's from a corner.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for us. This could be a loss, guys. Could be bad today.
And it's that. Is it Ryan Christie or whatever his name is? Who's just come on the substitute. It's the very well worked corner routine. Swung in low to the near post. A little touch from Kluivert, I believe. And Christie runs into the box and slams it into the net. But it just shows you, like the miss from Martinelli, how costly. When you get these chances, you can't afford not to take them. It's a very well worked goal. But it just shows you when you've got these opportunities, you have to take them. You can't afford in tight games to miss opportunities. Yeah. And we've already created one, and
let's be fair. He should have scored there. It was a great save by the goalie. But goalies are allowed to make saves.
Yeah, goalies are allowed
Yeah.
to make saves, but that's if
Yeah.
you give them an opportunity to make the save, right? So he's gone low instead of going high. It's a nice height for the keeper. It's within his reach.
So this is not good, man. The reason why this is not good, guys, is because you've gone down to 10 men against two much better teams than this, and yet you were able to overcome it. This is Bournemouth.
But he just went too defensive, Apollo. From
Yeah,
the
yeah,
get-go.
I think so. I think
You've
so.
lost a defender, but you've still got 3 centre-backs. You've got 3 big dudes in the middle who can all win tackles, who can all win, like, intercept, head the ball. And you've just taken off our only outlet. And for what reason? I don't get it.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I don't hide from these things. I'll take it on the chin because it happens.
You know what you might as well do now? You might as well go lose the game 2-3-0 and just see if you can get something back, because it's pointless to lose 1-0. What's the point of that?
Yeah. 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 Cranky says, Apollo, we didn't score when we went defensive. Yeah, we went too defensive.
Throw from Calafiore.
Yeah, that's an agreement. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I agree with that, mate. And Cam says international breaks has really messed with us injury and rhythm wise. D says it was coming. We always concede 10 men. Martinelli. Yeah. I mean, yes, there's still 18 minutes to go in the game. We can still win it, but
Apollo, we could play for another 3 months and not score.
Yeah. I did say, didn't I, when Saliba plays, our win percentage goes from 75 to 45%, and we let in 0.8 goals to 1.6. So that's twice as much goals that we let in when Saliba's not there, and that is just a fact. And we've seen that played out today when we went down to 10 men.
It's only a 1-game ban. It's not a vicious tackle. It's a 1-game ban.
Yeah, has that been confirmed on Twitter?
It has, yeah. It's a non-violent offence.
But you see now, what we're facing now is losing 2 in a row, which is no good if you want to challenge for the title.
It is what it is, though, mate. They're just going to have to wear it. You know, as an Arsenal fan, I love them and everything, but we're all big men here. And if they do something, they have to own it, Gary. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah? I can cry about it. Well, I'm not going to cry about it. That's what I'm saying. Because they're big. They're all big men. They all get paid enough money. They all understand how it works. And this is a situation that they've put themselves in 3 times this season already. This isn't an anomaly. It's not, oh, we've got a red card today. We've seen 3 red cards. And every time you've got a red card, Gary, it's cost you. You didn't win against Brighton. You didn't win against City. And you're not going to win. At the moment, you're not winning against Brighton. So all the 3 red cards has cost you points. So there's no point me crying about it. There's nothing that, because it's not down to talent. It's down to mental and stupidity. That's what it's down to. And the boss is going to be more frustrated than anyone because he's the one that's reinforcing this type of mental toughness. And
look
some
up
of
the rules,
guys
Victor. The rules say in non-violent red cards, it's only a 1-game ban. I'll bet you £1 million out of my pocket right now. It's not a 3-game ban.
Oh. Yeah. Well, Bournemouth gave Arsenal a taste of their own medicine because Arsenal are the team that scores from set pieces, and we're the best in against set pieces as well. And we go and let one in, and we've got another set piece to defend here as well against Bournemouth. But 15 minutes left, and I agree with Tony and Gary. So you might as well just go for it. Get Jesus on. Get more attacking help and just try and get a goal back.
Almost got again, and they're screaming for a penalty.
Yeah.
Semenyo smashes it over the bar, but they're claiming for a foul by Thomas Partey.
Yeah. I don't think that's a penalty.
I don't think that's a penalty.
He's got his hands around Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
If anything, it goes the other way because he's pulled Thomas Partey to the ground, so he couldn't get the ball.
Oh man.
Penalty. Emerson's just said penalty. To who? Must be to Arsenal, no?
It can't be.
Well, no, because the game's restarted. So no. So Arsenal kicked off.
Okay.
And Kirill has effed up again. And David Raya jumps into this Evan Nielsen. But this is Kirill. He can't play on the right. He has no right foot. He has no right foot. He doesn't even need to play that back. He can just check out and go back outside. Get rid of these people, man.
Oh, that's it, guys. That's the end. I have an engagement. I got to come up to Wembley as it happens, Apollo.
Is that even a penalty?
You know what? Unless his feet catch him, how can that be a penalty? Oh, do you know what?
Is that even a penalty?
It was a little touch on his hip. But, I mean, yeah, it's a penalty. I think.
Is that even a penalty?
Yeah, it is when you look at it from the other side, mate. When you look at it from the other side, his body catches the legs. Yeah, I think Arteta handed them all the initiative they needed when he took off Sterling and put Kivior on. He didn't need to do it. It was a stupid thing to do. It's a panic move. So it's 2-0. Justin Kluivert scores the penalty. And Arsenal have completely thrown this away. You know, even with 10 men, you've got to go and create something. You can't just defend. Why are you trying to keep it at 0-0? Disgraceful performance. You know, you're down to 10 men against Bournemouth, but you're just handing them all the initiative they need. And then you can't play on the counter because you've got no pace up front because you've taken the one guy off that can cause trouble.
Yep. Gary, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, mate. Yeah.
All right, cool.
And then you put Kivior on as a right-sided centre-back when he can only play with his left foot. He doesn't need to make the back pass. He can just fake the back pass and turn and come away with the ball.
Yeah. Yep.
No, it's really just a joke performance. You don't win leagues if you do this. Yeah, I understand if you're winning 1-0, go defensive. Let them break you down. And now he wants to bring Jesus on. What for?
Yeah, it's too late. It's too late for that.
You know, and he's taken Kivior off and brought Jesus on. And then Wary for Marino.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not much I can say. We've just stunk up the joint today. This is one of the worst performances I've seen them play, and there's nothing I can really say against it. Awful. You
know, you take
the fact that he brought on a centre half and now he's took the same centre half off is everything you need to know about how bad that guy is. He should never see the pitch ever again.
No, really? I wouldn't say that, Tom, because he's had some good games for Arsenal.
Oh, mate. Listen, Gal,
plays on the left.
Let's be honest. Gary, let's be honest, yeah? We have got 5 better centre halves at Arsenal than Kivior.
I agree.
5.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But you've already got 3 centre halves on the pitch. Why do you need to bring on another one? I just don't. Why don't you just put Ben right? If you want to do that, bring Zinchenko on, shift Calafiori to right back.
But that's what I said to you. That's what I said to you. You've got Zinchenko and Lewis Scully who can play right back, left back. So just put them on there and put Calafiori in the middle. Simple. It's not that difficult. The only way you would get Kivior on there is if you was looking to have a 5-back line, which you wouldn't do against Bournemouth. You would do it against City, and it worked. You would do it against City, and it worked. But you wouldn't do it against Bournemouth.
Guys, I'm going to shoot off because I got to get to Wembley. So
no problem, mate. Have a good one today. Yeah.
Have a good night.
Catch you later.
Cheers. Thank you, mate. Oh, right. So with 82 minutes gone, guys, in this one, and we are getting well and truly beaten, and a lot of it is where we're just beating ourselves. A lot of it, a lot of it where none of them have really turned up today. The only guy that was playing of any worth, we took him off, and that was Raheem Sterling.
I really don't understand it, man. It's beyond me. Against the big clubs, I understand you want to defend something, but you have to have a certain thing where you have to attack, right? You can't just sit and not do anything.
You do, but I did say this before. In the 17 games that Arteta has managed where we've gone down to 10 men, he's won 3, lost 7, and drawn 7. So he's only won 3 out of the 17 games when we've gone down to... And look, nobody says winning with 10 men is easy. I'm just saying that very rarely do I see Man City go down to 10 men, A, which means they're mentally tougher than we are. And then B, when they do go down to 10 men, it's almost sometimes like they've still got 11. And so when you're playing against a team like Bournemouth, I'm expecting for us to still dominate them. And all of that is just gone. It's just not out the window. And we're missing a bunch of players.
So D's saying Arteta really messed up not bringing in a Saka backup, signing Gyökeres, letting ESR...
That's a great ball by Martinelli. Gabriel Cost! Oh...
Straight into the keeper's arms. But that's when you want your defender getting in front of the... you're letting him catch it. Why aren't you putting your body across there?
That's a great ball in by Martinelli.
See there, that's got to be pulled back to Nwaneri.
Yeah.
But
it's Gabriel, isn't it? He doesn't know. He's not a winger.
Gabriel, he doesn't know how to cut the ball back.
Yeah.
We'll let him off.
Look, Arsenal in full press now. So this is how they should have been playing when it was 0-0.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing. We should have been playing like this. We've got enough. He went far too defensive, far too early.
Yeah.
Now you've got nothing to lose. He's prepared to gamble.
Yeah.
And look, here's Nwaneri.
Oh, what a ball from Nwaneri. Did you see that ball from Nwaneri?
But that's what I'm saying, Apollo.
What a ball from Nwaneri.
This guy.
Well played, Thomas Partey. Nwaneri. Oh, Nwaneri still got the ball. How was that a foul? Oh, my God. How is that a foul on Nwaneri? How? All right, okay. Right, whatever, man. Yeah, whatever.
The guy ran past him.
I know. But you know
the
what,
guy
Gary?
tried to take him out and just run straight past him.
Gary, you know what? They'll say it's Arteta's fault, so I won't say nothing. I'll leave it there. Shocking decision by the referee. He's literally through on goal there. If he picks the ball up there, he's literally through on goal having a shot.
But he had the ball. The geezer tried to tackle him and run past him.
Yeah, I know. Shocking. I mean, you look across. Ben White's been atrocious. Trossard's been atrocious. Ray has been atrocious. It's just a bad performance, bro. A bad performance. And the one guy who was doing something for you, Raheem Sterling, you took him off after 30 minutes. Great cross by Declan Rice. Havertz has been on crumbs today, man. He's hardly. That's the second ball I've seen played through to Havertz, and we're in the 86th minute. That's the second ball I've seen played through to Havertz, and we're in the 86th minute.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. I think man's going to go cook my dinner. I'm giving everybody a two.
We was in the chat yesterday on WhatsApp, and them guys were saying, you better win today. And I was saying to them, guys, this is the Premier League. So you got to earn it, man. You can't turn up. There's no easy game. You can't turn up and everything. And so I'm going right back into, I love your cap, by the way, Bertram. I have to get myself one of those. I love your cap. I'm going to go straight back into the chat and tell them, guys, this is what I keep talking about when people are saying, oh, yeah, Arsenal should win this game. It's like, hold on, are you forgetting what league we're playing in? Yeah, they beat Liverpool 1-0 when Liverpool came in there last season. And every Liverpool fan was saying, it's only Bournemouth. Yeah? Bournemouth sent Liverpool home with their tail between their legs and beat them 1-0.
Victor, come on, Victor. How are you saying that Nwaneri is not a talent? What are you talking about? I swear that you're someone in disguise, man, just in this chat.
Hey, listen, I listen. That
how can you say Nwaneri is not a talent?
Listen, that is making Emerson's blood boil.
Exactly.
You know, you should be banned for 3 matches for that kind of comment, Victor.
Yeah. So, you know,
obviously, guys, he hasn't seen him playing down the 21s.
This is what Arsenal should have been playing like when they went down to 10 men. You went too defensive too quickly.
Forward for the first time.
Yeah.
So, Apollo, I have a question.
Yeah.
What does 3 draws equate to? So, yeah, 3 draws.
Shoot!
Huh?
Cry that loud, Jesus. Shoot!
It points to 1 win and 3 draws.
No, it equates to 2 losses.
Yeah,
if you have 3 draws, equate to 3 losses. So why are you playing to draw games?
Yeah.
Why are you playing to draw games? That's what he does. He can't game manage. But so when people like Cam are coming and talking about, well, game management, great. Apollo can't game manage. From he made 6 changes at Man U or 5 changes because we're down 2-1. I was like, what the hell is this? It's been a theme the way he manages games. He can't game manage. He needs somebody on the bench to be his better half to help him game manage. He can't game manage.
So you know I don't agree with
Sterling
that, right?
is the only player there with some speed. Average slow as molasses, slow as Trussell.
Yeah,
you get out. You can't get out if you take the one player with some speed on.
So firstly, Arteta's got it wrong today, and when he gets it wrong, you got to call it out. But the amount of times where he has won games for this team and he's managed and got everything right, he doesn't get the credit for that.
No, he got it wrong the first time. When he changed it, it worked.
But you know. But when
he's
he gets
a brilliant
it wrong,
manager and coach, but he's not a good game manager.
I don't agree with that.
Awful
I think
game manager.
And you know what? Games like this, every team goes. Liverpool just got beaten 2 weeks back.
Paulo, it's not about getting beaten. It's about how the manager managed in game.
But it's the same thing I'm trying to tell you. Managers get it wrong.
No, he gets
Cranky, that's what I'm saying to you.
Games. When we play against City, going on the 10 men to City and playing the way he did, all you can do is get beat. You couldn't win the game. All you can do is
5 minutes added, guys.
Look at the scoreline today. The scoreline's just been awful.
Matter. It doesn't matter. 5 minutes don't matter.
Emerson, it could be 35 minutes added.
We didn't look like we've been struggling offensively all season. When we score some 4 goals, you get excited. I'm like, what are we scoring from open play? Most time it's from set pieces. We're not creating anything. We're not creating enough chances. We talk about Martinelli missed a chance today. Semenyo missed an easier one earlier.
Yeah, he did. It's just an awful performance all around. There's very few players that can hang their heads up high. I actually think Declan Rice has had a decent game today.
Declan Rice played well.
Well. And
I think Partey played fine too.
And I was about to say Partey as well. Yeah.
Offensively, you have to know your team. You have no speed on the field. You have no creative midfielder out there to create something on top of the piece because Marina doesn't do that. How are you going to get goals? How are you going to win the game? You're playing for a draw? You're playing against Man City. It's annoying.
I agree with Cranky, man.
Shoot! Martinelli should have pulled the trigger there. Yeah, no, it's just been an awful display. And look, guys, teams don't matter if you're Man City, Liverpool, teams will come up with displays like this. And quite frankly, I haven't seen us play this bad in a while.
Yeah, but here's the difference between us and Man City. When they got up 10 men, they still dominate possession.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't.
I think I said about 10 minutes ago, and I talked about this. I said Arteta, with 17 games where he's gone down to 10 men, he's only won 3, he's drawn 7 and lost 7. So he gets it wrong when you go down to 10 men.
But if you're getting it wrong all the time, don't you change it?
But he doesn't get it wrong all the time. That's what I'm saying to you. He gets it wrong predominantly.
Is it about 3 of 17?
Yeah,
he gets it wrong all the time.
When he goes down to 10 men, when he goes down to 10 men,
we're Arsenal.
Yes, yeah. When he goes down to 10 men,
what's Man City's record when they go to 10? What's Pep's record when he go to 10 men?
Yeah, but then you have to look at the times that has happened. Like 4 times we've had red cards with Man City. 2 of those times, Xhaka got sent off.
Apollo, we had
got
3
beaten
this season,
4-0
Apollo.
and
We're leading
3-0.
2 of those games. We're leading 2 of those games. And
Yes.
he plays to draw, and we didn't win the games.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
You create no pressure on the opposition when you go all defensive. No pressure on the
That's
opposition.
what
They
I'm
don't have
saying.
to play cautious.
He handed this to Bournemouth on the plate because
Yeah,
all he
he
wanted
did.
to do was defend.
Yeah, he did.
He handed it to them on the plate. He might have said, "There you go. We might as well just give you the win now and go home early."
Yeah, and that's
There was
why
no need to
halfway
go
through the
still
game
defensive against Bournemouth.
That's why halfway through the game we were saying, "This is Bournemouth. You're not playing Man City. You're not playing it. You why would you fear Bournemouth? Why would you?"
He still thinks he's at Everton. That's why he thinks he's at Everton still. He has Everton flashback when he came back.
Oh, man.
Everton. I don't understand the decisions that he makes. I don't understand the decision.
Look, they stunk it up today, man. Absolutely stunk it up.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunk it up today, man. And I don't know whether this loss motivates them. And look,
I think the
guys,
manager is to blame as the players are to blame. It's change. When you make a change.
So you thought the players played well?
When you make a change, you take off that change that you made.
Yeah.
You know how bad you were. First of all, as Gary been saying, the player has no right foot. The player's playing unbalanced. He can't play on the right side.
So you thought?
Wait, Apollo, you put him on the side of the field when Ben White has been struggling all game. How is that logical?
So you thought Trossard, Ben White, and Raya played well today?
Who said that?
I'm asking you. You're blaming Arteta, but where's the blame?
No.
For
I
the players?
said he's just to blame as the players are. That's what I said.
Yeah.
They played.
Yeah,
No,
I agree.
Trossard
With
should have
that.
the first change.
And where he's made more forward passes since he's been on than
I
I've seen
agree.
Arsenal make all game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
but Marino is not a 10, so he should be taking off Marino too. I mean, it's that's the thing I'm talking about game management. Apollo is making apology for Arteta, which is not. He doesn't deserve the apology. He's an awful in-game manager.
Hold on, Bertram. I've actually been saying about 10 times today that Arteta's at fault.
No, but you just asked me if I should. You should blame. But blame the players too.
Because Arteta's not solemnly responsible for this loss. The players have been awful, but Arteta's got it wrong.
I would say
the players have been awful, granted, but the blame has to go to Arteta because he went so defensive for no need.
Yeah,
Apollo, the only player that ran at people today was Sterling for the first 35 minutes. Looked like he may do something.
Right.
Trossard didn't look like he was going to do anything. He got a true ball on goal, and the man caught up to him very easily.
Hey, Cranky, did you see where he ran past the double team?
Yes. Went between the double teams.
Yeah.
Game over.
Oh, thank God for that. Oh, wow. What a terrible game. I mean, look, very few players are going to come out of this with any credit, man. Very few players.
I'm not even doing fun thoughts.
Nah, I got some stuff to do. I'm not going to do the post. The post is there. I'm a bandwagonist today. We only do posts.
Yeah,
do not last post. But it's unfortunate. I think the manager cost us this game. I'm sorry. Even with 10 men.
I agree. Not often that me and Cranky agree, but when we do, we're normally right.
It's becoming more often, Gary, because you're learning. But anyway, let me just say this. From the game started, Semenyo has been smoking Ben White. We have a kid from the academy on the bench. We've done better than Ben White today. Ben White's been getting smoked. They switched him in onto the next wing. The next wing comes still smoking him, and he's still playing. So that means your right center half, who is not a right footer, who I'm not comfortable with, has no help because Ben White is not helping himself either. You have Nwaneri on the bench. You have Jesus on the bench. You have Martin on the bench. Dynamic players who can go forward, who will play defense. We agree that Sterling is a defensive liability, but he looks sharp going forward. We got to do better. The ball that Sterling gave Trossard in the first half, he should be in on goal. You remember that ball? He should be in on goal. He can't run. He doesn't have any speed. So I'm very frustrated when Arteta. He may pick the right team, but he can't game manage. In game management, he panics. And he just goes defensive all the time. And we haven't won a game where he panics and go defensive. So that means the strategy doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Yeah, I understand going defensive if you're holding on to a lead. But when it's 0-0...
If you're in 88 minutes, Gary, yes.
Yeah.
You lock it down.
But 36 minutes, why are you not seeing what happens till half-time? You take the most dynamic player we have on the pitch off, which leaves the two slow coaches up front. And then you just allow Bournemouth to keep coming and coming and coming and coming. Sooner or later, that door going to get knocked open.
Yeah.
But Gary, against Bournemouth, we weren't as bad against Bournemouth in terms of trying to defend. We played a little bit high up the pitch. We still weren't a threat going forward. Against City, we were no threat. We just have the ball. So then City can play in the middle of our half.
We created chances against City, bro.
When? After we got the red card?
Yes. Yeah, we did.
I can't remember our time to against City.
Yeah, we created chances.
But we weren't. But Apollo, no, we didn't. We were playing deep. We were playing in our box.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't, Apollo, because once we got the red card, it was just defending. We didn't even touch the ball in their half.
Wait.
Yeah, that was
Gary, not the half. We were in our box for most of the game.
For most of the game, not all of the game. We did create chances.
All second half we were in our box. The entire second half.
Yeah, but when we broke, we just gave the ball straight back to them. We couldn't hold it. I didn't think we had a single pass made in that second half that was successful in their half. I'm pretty sure.
All right, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with Arteta. I'm sorry. Bournemouth shouldn't beat us even with 10 men. I'm sure we practice to play with 10 men. We practice to play with 10 men.
Right.
That's what you do. That's what you do when you train. You practice to play against 11 men with 10 against 11.
It is. It's awful. I'm turning the game off straight away because I don't even want to listen to any of the analysis. I'm just going to give my analysis straight away and say that we were crap. Yeah. My play. I'm going to be as quick as possible, guys. Here's my player ratings. They're not good. They're not good at all. Raya, I don't understand what was this. Looked like the Raya of the beginning of last season when he had all the Ramsdale stuff going on. This guy is rock solid. Number one in catches, number one in distribution, top percentage, second in the league percentage behind Pope, Newcastle. So he's been really good. He's had 3 man of the matches in our first 7 games. So he's been one of our best players. And today, I don't know what he was doing. He was erratic. Just a couple of strange, crazy moments from him. And look, you can't be good every game. We know that sportsmen don't keep up their levels in every game. They just don't. So this is a game where he just died. He just died today, and so you got to write it off on that. Ben White, again, it was good to see him back, but we could see some rust in his game. Just slow on the uptake, no first step. Got absolutely murdered by Dango and Simeon as a result. And I think in that situation, what you're supposed to do is add support. And normally Saka would be there to support Ben White. But if Raheem Sterling's a great attacking player, but if there's one thing he isn't, and that's a good defender. And so Ben White was just on an island there. And normally you would make Thomas Partey pick up that slack. But by the time 35 minutes had gone, we were down to 10 men. So it was just, White was just not good today. Saliba, on the other hand, I think, yes, it was a harsh dismissal, looking at it on the replay. He didn't pull his arm. He didn't pull him down. It was a clash of legs initiated by the attacker. But at the end of the day, his absence for Liverpool's going to hurt us. We do not win much games. Our win percentage goes down from 75% to 45% when he's not there. And we saw the result today. That's what happens when his team plays without Saliba. So unfortunately, he gets a 3. Gabriel, gets a 6 today. I thought he did better. I thought he was shafted a little bit by Trossard, and I think you can't play a centre back defense with one man, and I think that's what he was doing today. For an hour, he was playing to the point where he was marking 2 attackers rather than one, because Kivier's positioning was nowhere to be seen, and Gabriel had no support. Set pieces, we really didn't have enough for him to make a difference on, but he's decent, so I'm going to give him a 6. Calafiori, I thought actually he was decent today. I've actually given him a 5, but that's because he wasn't supportive in that on that left side as he normally is. Normally, he's very supportive with the attacking left player, Trossard, Martinelli. Funny enough, when Martinelli started to get going, it was the 2 balls from Calafiori that was there to help getting those crosses in. So, but I don't think he was elite today. I don't think he was exceptional today, but I thought he was okay. So that's the reason why I'm going to give him a 5. Thomas Partey today, I thought he started really well. Looked agile. He cleaned up a lot of dirtiness in the midfield, won a lot of duels, helped to support his players, and was an influence in the midfield. But a lot of his game's strengths is transition, and I thought his passes forward were a bit sloppy. And that's the only thing that he didn't excel in. But I thought his all-round game in the midfield today was good. I'm going to give him a 6. Same with Declan Rice as well. Declan Rice, who's really had a terrible back end of last year and a poor start to the season. We've seen with his games in England that he's really been stepping up and playing well, and that's translated over to his Arsenal performances, and offered that resistance in his game as well, that annoyance, strong in his duels, attempted to help in the build-up play as well. Not the best passer in the team, but it led the team in duels today. So it's really good to see him back. Solid game from him today. He gets a 6. Moreno, I thought in the first half, I thought he got stuck in, won a lot of duels. There was some 2 through passes that he intercepted, which I said to Gary, look, this is what he does. But where was he in the second half? He just faded. As soon as we went down to 10 men, it's almost, remember when we used to have Ozil in the team? When you got 11 men, Ozil's like a luxury in the team, innit? But as soon as you go to 10 men, every man has to be countable. And you're not, Ozil is going to be the first man you take off when you're down to 10 men, because you're not going to get that hard grind from him, yeah? And he'll go missing. But that's kind of what happened to Moreno today. I expected him to be a monster when we went down to 10 men, but we hardly saw him. We hardly saw him at all. So that surprised me. And was it because he had his first start and he's still trying to find his way? I don't know. He's played in the Premier League before. But I do accept as well, and I have to say this because I don't think any Arsenal fan is going to think about this moving forward, but he did make the comments a couple of days ago, Moreno, that he's got a lot to learn in this team. The same comments that Declan Rice said. He said, I've never seen the system and the tactics and the philosophy this deep in any team he's played for before. And those are comments that Declan Rice made when he joined Arsenal. And Moreno, who has played for Newcastle, played for Real Sociedad, played for the Spanish national team, he said that Arteta is the most tactical manager, in-depth, meticulous, that he's ever seen. So that means to me that it's going to take him a while to pick up the system. He definitely doesn't have it down, hence why he was missing today in the second half. So, look, I'm still going to give him a 5, but by no means did he have a good game today. Brings me to Trossard. My word. Terrible part. The back pass to cause the red card. What was he thinking of? What was going through his mind? This is a forward-thinking player. The balls you play are supposed to go forward, not backward. So what was the idea in doing that anyway? And he just lost ball after ball. Me and Gary was getting frustrated because he had clear passes with option A and B, and he was just passing the ball to a Bournemouth player. And it was just like, it's not, that's what gets you benched. You can't do that when you're playing for Alex Ferguson. You're coming off. You can't do that when you're playing for Pep. You're coming off. And Arteta kept him on, and he overstayed his welcome today. And I think he should have been, especially at half time, when you've got a time to contextualize what happened in the first half, take a breather, calm down in the dressing room, look at it as a peripheral vision. That's when Arteta should have said, okay, right, I'm taking him off. And he didn't. He put him back out there. And quite frankly, nothing had changed. Not a good decision by the manager. And then we go to Raheem Sterling. I'm giving him a 6.5. I thought he was fantastic when he was on the ball. I thought he's dangerous. He was in space time and time again to receive the ball. They double teamed him. It didn't make no difference. He was still going for it. If anything, he lacked the support that Saka has. People have to remember, when Saka gets the ball out wide, he's got Havertz, he's got Odegaard, he's got Ben White in support. So he's got triple level layers of support. When Sterling was out there, when did you ever see anybody support him once? You didn't. So it just goes without saying that he lacked the support and still was able to deliver a performance. And it's just a shame, because I think that if he did get the support, then maybe we would have scored an early goal. And that's where I kind of think that went wrong. I don't know why. We know there's an Odegaard factor, and we've not had the same levels as overlaps and through balls and creativity. So we do know that. But that being said, we've still scored multiple amount of goals this season. Kai Havertz, it just comes down to the fact that they were lumping it into him, and he did not have the same effective creativity to support his play. And that meant on the ground, through the air, through link play, just wasn't happening. The quality of the crosses, people forget. Look at the the two-headed goals he scored when Saka delivered those crosses this season. Look at the quality of then you look what today when Trossard and Declan Rice was passing in the ball and crosses. It's just you can't measure it. It's just not the same level of creativity. And so he suffered because of that. Last one is I think that's it. Last one is Arteta. Arteta gets a 3. I think he should have started Ranieri today. I think you also should have probably started Jesus. I think you should have started him as well. You got an opportunity where you could have gone with that refreshed Jesus on the left, Raheem on the right, and then rested Trossard, because again, you got to think about, you got a lot of games to play. Yes, you rested Saka, good choice. You should have rested more players, and I think Trossard would have been one of those players you because he starts for you, right? Should have taken him out. And then the tactics with the substitutions I thought was awful from him. Just going too defensive. No need to do that. You're not playing a team that's going to hurt you. You're playing a team at the bottom of the table. Yeah, you're playing a lower mid-term team in the table, and then you didn't go for a knockout punch. Yeah, you just didn't do that, and it, quite frankly, I'm embarrassed sitting here talking about a title challenging team that had gone down to 10 men, not even taking the game to Bournemouth. I don't know how you don't do that. If this could have never happened at the Emirates. No way would you go down to 10 men at the Emirates and then you just sit in front of 60,000 fans. They would absolutely berate you for doing that. So why would you do it away from home when it was a game you needed to win today to go on top of the table? So I just don't know. I don't get what Arteta was thinking about today, and he really messed this one up today. Gary, you got the conch.
Yeah, so Raya, very shaky today, almost from the outset. He gave a terrible pass where he was trying to find Marino. The pass was never on. Also spilled a cross that he should have held, and then gets up to make a good save, but shouldn't have spilled it in the first place. So, yeah, like you said, Apollo, it was pretty much the Raya of beginning of last season when he first came into the team. Not what we've come to expect from him, and hopefully that's going to be a 1 in a million performance like that, because he is a really good goalkeeper and helps us out a lot. So 2 for David Raya. Ben White clearly was not up to the pace of the football, been out injured, also lost his place to Timber. before he was out injured or as he went out injured. But he just wasn't up to it today. And, you know, Ben White, when he's not on his game, is sometimes a liability. So I'm going to give Ben White a 2. Saliba, I'm going to give a 2. You could say he was unlucky with the red card, but if you give them, the refs and the VAR, a decision to make, you may not always come out of it like as you so wish. So, you know, 40 yards out from goal, he had the pace to track back this guy who's not the greatest. So really a mistake that hopefully he learns from. Gabriel was solid as the captain. Obviously not the result he would have wanted captain in the team for the first time, but he was solid in the absence of Saliba. I'm going to give him a 6. Calafiore, I thought, done okay without setting the world alight, so I'm happy with his 5. Thomas Partey, I thought, was brilliant in the first half and strong in the second half. I'm going to give Partey a 7. Declan Rice also was strong. A couple of barnstorming 40, 50-yard runs with the ball. Broke up tackles, tackled well. So the usual Declan Rice scruffy performance that we know that he can produce. So I'm going to give him a 6.5. Marino, I was happy to see him start, but I was a little disappointed when we went down, after we went down to 10 men, he seemed to just disappear. I don't understand if that was due to the changes that Arteta made or if it was just him, again, not being really up to the pace of Premier League football. So I'm going to give Marino a 4. Trossard had a stinker of a game. I thought he should have been the one that made way if Arteta was going to make a substitution after the red card. I'm going to give Trossard a 1. I'm not even giving him a 2. I'm giving him a 1. You know, the stupidest back pass I've ever seen, which led to the Saliba getting sent off. Didn't really produce nothing going forward. Give the ball away multiple times. So really poor performance from Trossard after what, and he's been quite a good player for us. Raheem Sterling, I thought he was showing some signs of we wasn't going to miss Saka. He picked up the ball. He was double teamed. He burst through the middle. I thought when he burst through the middle of them players, he should have let the shot go. Checked back on the outside, lost the ball. But he was the outlet today. He was the one with the pace and the trickery to cause Bournemouth problems. So I'm going to give Raheem Sterling a 7. Kai Havertz fed on scraps today. It wasn't really till really late on in the second half when we saw him pick up the ball and go for a run. So Havertz is going to get a 4. And Arteta, for me, I'm giving him a -1. A -1 because he allowed Bournemouth, my apologies, Bournemouth, to have control of the game once we went down to 10 men. I think he made an unnecessary panic substitution, hauling off Sterling for Kivior. Like Cranky said, Ben White wasn't having a good game, and then you play a player out of position on the same side as a guy that's not having a good game who's just come back from injury. So you're making it double difficult for both of them. I just think even with 10 men, you have to offer something. And it wasn't until we went 2-0 down where we started to think, hold on, what's going on here? How have we seen 80 minutes of nonsense? Then all of a sudden we're 2-0 down. Now we're playing, we've got Calafiore up on the edge of the box. We've got Nwaneri come on, he's making things happen. Where was this previous? I thought Nwaneri should have started today, to be honest. But very disappointed with Arteta. It's something that he has to sort out because against teams like Bournemouth and that, you can't be... why are you being defensive for almost 60 minutes? I just don't understand it. So that's my ratings for the Bournemouth game. Very disappointed.
Right, I see that you lot are going mad in the comments there, man. Look at this. You lot are going mad. D saying the loss is on the manager, bro. The players were very good before sending off. I didn't think they were very good, but I think it goes without saying. And And I think regardless of what my views are, Bertram's, Gary's, and Emerson's, the truth is that the players stunk it up. They didn't play well, and the manager had a stinker. And I mean, just look at the goalkeeper. This is probably the best goalkeeper in the Premier League this season.
I've got to jump out because I've got to sort out, you know.
No problem, Gary. Have a good one, mate. Thanks for coming on. You just look at someone as rock solid as Ray and how bad he was today. It happens, mate. It happens. And Cam says, these things happen, not the end of the world. For some, the title's gone. Just the trolls will be out now in full force. Just ignore them. No sense in having a debate. It's like talking to a Trump supporter. That's... Hey, tune into Cranky Live later on, everybody, man, to see the fallout of this. Emerson, let's hear your play ratings.
Right. Well, I'm not going to do it individually. I'm going to just do it like by a thing. Defense, goalkeeper. Goalkeeper, I'll give a 2. The back 4, other than Gabriel, I'll give him a 5.5. The rest, I'll give a 5. Midfield, I'll give Partey and Rice 5.5. Mourinho, I'll give 5. But the only thing I find with him, he was struggling throughout the match as well. Because if none of you noticed that during the first half, he was huffing and puffing after about 30 to 40 minutes into the first half. And obviously, he was struggling again in the second half, thing like that. So he had to come off because obviously he hasn't adapted to the pace of the Premiership as yet. But he needs a run of games. But like you guys said, Nwaneri should have started instead of Mourinho. It would have been an ideal game for Nwaneri to start.
And that's a good point you raise, Emerson. So just in context, without Odegaard, who's our main creative?
I'll give Nwaneri a chance. Yeah, give him a chance. No, he's got no. There's no pressure.
Because Thomas Partey right now is our only creative force in the team.
Yeah, because Nwaneri is no pressure. Because he reminds me of, as I said, everybody doesn't realise he reminds me of Jack Wilshere when he first came on the scene. And as I said, I'll go on to the strikers. I'll give Trossard a 1 because he had a poor game, thing like that. Because it reminded me of Martinelli when he had a poor game a few matches ago before the international break. Everybody was criticising Martinelli, and then Trossard comes up. He scores a goal. Everybody gives him praises. Now between him and Martinelli, they're going to have stinkers of matches between them this season. I can see it. You can see it in their body language when they play or when they come on as a sub or anything like that. The strikers, well, Sterling, I'll give him a 6. He was the man of match up to when he was taken off. Unfortunately, it was due to circumstances with the Saliba incident. To me, it wasn't a sending off. But as I said, we don't know how they interpret it that way of him being sent off, because we saw how a former referee, Hal Webb, in the crowd. Obviously, he had his headphone on. Obviously, he was speaking to someone. We don't know who that could be, whether it's someone at Stockley Park behind the scenes to say it's a red card, get him off. Regardless, we don't know that. So I feel like that. And Havertz, I'll give him a 6 as well, something like that. He played well, but the thing is, Arsenal didn't play to his strength, although they tried the long ball tactics and things like that. They tried the short stuff, that didn't work. So something needs to be adjusted in, how to deliver balls to Havertz. Sometimes when Saka plays, it's a different catfish because he's the only one who can make an excellent cross for Havertz either to head in or volley in, or he's going to score an individual goal like he did on the last game that he played before the international break. Arteta, I'll give him a 1 because obviously his tactics didn't work today. Thing like that. He didn't get the. I don't think it was a choice of whether he's going to play Mourinho or was he going to play Namweri from the start. So obviously he gives Mourinho his debut away to Bournemouth. So we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see if he's going to give Namweri a starting position to see what he's like, when he's playing from the start. For the subs that came on, I gave them all 5. Other than Namweri, I give him a 5.5. Kivior, he had another poor game. I know a lot of other podcasters are going to go ballistic tonight regarding his performance as well, because everybody knows now he's one of our weakest link defenders as well. Although we did buy him as centre half when he first came to the club, so I'm sorry that he will be one of the ones who may have to be sold in January to raise funds to see if they can get someone else to come in, whether it be a centre half or a striker. We don't know. As for the Arsenal fans, obviously my telephones and my TV was muted, so I couldn't hear any Arsenal fans or thing. But everybody tonight is going to be on Meltdown, whether it's on Twitter, X.
Yeah, I think so. Have we lost Emerson there?
Other podcasts. So that's my player ratings for this week.
Excellent. And there's actually a good comment in the chat before we go to Cranky. There's actually a good comment in the chat by Mark. It says, give some respect to Bournemouth. It's not all about Arsenal. So while there is some honesty and there's truth to that, and we always have to hold the team accountable. So every time a team goes in and doesn't play well, we talked about Liverpool losing 1-0 the other day in the same regard, then the other team still has to step up and be good. But I think in this context, Mark, first of all, Arsenal, I think they won a 17-game unbeaten streak in the Premier League before today. And every time Arsenal's gone down there, I mean, if you look at the overall record in the last 20 matchups between those, Bournemouth very rarely comes out with anything against. So they just don't beat Arsenal. So the gulf and the quality in the teams are as such so wide. But with Arsenal, they didn't turn up today. But yes, I do take that on board that Bournemouth still have to come out and play today. And if you look at the fact that they did open up on the first goal, which caused the sending off, he got a step on Saliba, even though I think Saliba would have caught him up. And then the penalty, is not much you can say against that. There was contact there, so you got to give the penalty. But we just didn't create any chances today. And normally we've got without Odegaard. I mean, people have to remember, without Odegaard, in the last 2 games, we've scored like 7 goals. So the team has been playing and handling things well against far better opposition. Going down to 10 men against Brighton, 10 men against Manchester City. Those are games that we didn't look like we were losing, and we turned up. The difference today was that we just didn't turn up. We couldn't string 2 passes together. And of course, I always bring it back to this. We didn't have Saliba. And it's like the Rodri thing, yeah? City struggled to win without Rodri. It's the same with Arsenal. Arsenal struggled to win without Saliba. And they won't have him next week against Liverpool, a game that they must win. Bertram, you got the conch.
Yeah, thanks, Apollo. Let me do my ratings first, and then I'll talk about the manager. Raya, I give a 3. Raya is keeping today like he kept when he first joined us. Missed kick, poor pass. They should have scored when he made that bad pass the first time. He was just poor today. Dropping balls, which are easy catch. So he gets a 3. Ben White gets a 1. I thought Ben White was awful, actually. He got burned by any winger they put out there, good run by him. There's a ball on the sideline once where he just stood up and the ball was played behind him, and he just thought the ball was out of bounds, didn't run back. He does that sometimes. Newcastle away, when that goal scored by Gabriel, he does that sometimes. He just falls asleep because he doesn't like football as much. So Saliba gets a 3. It wasn't a smart move on Saliba's part, and I could see why they gave the red card, because even though it was inadvertent tripping, you initiated the trip. Right, you're trying to catch up. You stepped on the player's heel, so it's on you. Gabriel, I gave Gabriel a 7. I thought Gabriel was good, covering for Kyrier. He's playing center back by himself. Kyrier was taking up space, and Kyrier was never been my favorite. He's too slow. The way you play center back now, it's mobile, versatile players. Most of our players who play in the background, they can use 2 foot. Even Calafiori is mainly a left footer. Calafiori, I gave a 6. I thought he played well enough, actually, especially since he had Trossard beside him, who, to me, he's a good goal scorer off the bench. That's how he should play football. He should not be starting any games. Not good enough to start. I gave Partey a 7. I thought Partey and Rice both deserve the same score. I thought they played well, given we know what their capabilities are and how they play football. They're not going to be dribbling by people. Rice made 1 dribble once. Or, Partey can play the ball between the lines, but he doesn't have that skill set that Odegaard has. And he's not supposed to have it, given where he plays on the field. So I thought they both played well enough for us to do better. I gave Merino a 5. Merino is not a 10. Look at Merino's stats when you look at Merino. A lot of tackling, a lot of interception. That's his game. Can keep the ball well. He's not a creative force playing up top. Yes, he will score goals here and there, but that's not what he is. If you look at his stats, you always see him winning so many tackles, so many headers, so many duels. So I don't know why we have him at 10. And as been alluded to before, when we have Nwaneri on the bench. And by the way, let me get to the manager when I'm done with this. Trossard gets a 0. I thought he was awful today. And it wasn't because of that back pass he made. He was just poor. Trossard tries to play defense. He works hard. Not a good defender. But that's not his role. When he plays up front, doesn't create anything. Sterling gave him ball in the first half. If that was Sterling getting that ball, he's behind the defense. He can't run. But I'll get to the manager because he's one beat. Sterling, I gave Sterling a 6.5 like Atualo did. I was enthused by how Sterling was playing. He was getting into himself. He was getting into the game. He was going by people. As Apollo indicated, we play 4 men on that side of the field when Saka is there. So people going to now do the Saka-Sterling comparison. We play 4 people over there. He really had any support because Merino is playing like a traditional 10 across the line versus playing on the right-hand side like Odegaard does. It makes a big difference. So between having Havertz come to help, Merino coming to help, Ben White following or overlapping, that wasn't consistent throughout the game, so he didn't get the support. But I thought, he had a shot in the first half when he went 2 players to use his left foot, and he tried to go back on his right, which wasn't the right move. But I don't think he deserved to come off the field. And I gave Havertz a 4. Why? Go look at the first goal. You know where Havertz was? Where was Havertz on the first goal? And I think it was Havertz. It wasn't Marino. I think it was Havertz. He's marking the 18-yard line. He ain't marking nobody. No space, no nothing. In dreamland. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but if it's not him, but the person I saw standing out there by himself, not blocking anything, you're not cutting off the cross, you're not marking anyone, you're not marking a space, I can't give you more than that. He wasn't in the game, actually. Arteta, I gave a 0. So I get beaten for this all the time. I think Arteta is a brilliant administrator, brilliant organizer, brilliant coach. He's not a brilliant in-game manager. In fact, I think he's at best, the maximum game for in-game management is a 4. So here's my philosophy on football. When you play to draw or not to lose, if you draw 4 games, that's 4 points. So that means you have lost what? 8 points? So 4 draw means you're unbeaten. A person can have 2 losses and still a better person than you are. It's not a good outcome, not a good thing. That's why they changed it from 1 to 3 way back when to give wins what it deserves. Play to win the game without playing to draw no game. Today's change to leave Trossard on the field. By the way, I would have taken him off of that pass alone by itself. Forget how bad he was playing. So that pass was going to nobody, nowhere, no time soon. So to make that pass and to be playing so poorly and still see on the field, when the only player who looked dangerous was Sterling, because Trossard and Havertz are like 2 tortoises. They can't run. They're not quick. It's amazing. He does this. And I'm going to call Apollo for defending him sometime when he deserves no defending. He didn't defend him today, but he does this all the time. He's in-game. I'm calling it all the time. His in-game management is atrocious. You go to City. You have 10 men. You have 2-1. You stay in the box for the entire game. You can only lose or draw the game because you're not trying to win. They're Manchester City. You put no speed. You don't even have somebody. You don't have Jesus up front. It's not Jesus. Stand the halfway line. They need 2 men to mark you. So you take 1 man out of the game. He's not a creative in-game manager. You know what today's change should have been? Guys, you know what today's should have been? You put Ben White at right center back. because he's a right-footed centre-back. You bring on Lewis Kelly on the field to go play in the defense. You don't bring on a left-footer who's unbalanced to go play right centre-back. You don't take off Sterling, you leave on Trossard. His creativity and his in-game management, maybe because he's reactive, is atrocious. And how people defend that, I am amazed. And maybe I get frustrated because I don't understand it. I do not understand it. Kirio cannot play right. He barely can play left back or left centre back, much less play right centre back. And you have Ben White, who you bought as a centre back from Brighton, who has played some who was never a right back and played out there very, very well for us. And he's getting burned continuously by the wingers. Lewis Kelly is quicker, young. And Arteta don't play academy players. He doesn't play youngsters. 2 years ago when we had a game against the team from Holland, when we were all the way through, nothing to do, he had them all on the bench. And he played his regular team. That's why we have that kid went to Man U. I'm sure that's why he went to Man U. He doesn't give kids a chance. He keeps on the bench to rot. Maybe like how he saw in Pet, what Pet do with Foden at City. He does these things, and it's frustrating. And yes, I do rate him as a manager, but I hate his in-game management because I think he's clueless. I think he's clueless when it comes to in-game management, and it's reflected in how we manage these games. The game against Brighton, the game against City, and today's game, yes, we have 3 games we win under 10 men, which is ridiculous, and we just start the season, frankly. How much if we cannot do this rate, it's going to be half the games we play are 30% under 10 men. But having said that, you can play to draw or to lose. If you go in your box and defend, you're playing to draw or lose. You're not playing to win. Should Martinelli score today? I'm going to equate it out with Semenyo because Semenyo just scored. Right? So I don't utilize that as the basis. We didn't put any pressure on Bournemouth. So then they can commit men forward, and therefore you can't pressure them. So they're going to play relax and play loose. And the first goal scored, I think, was Havertz's fault. He was marking nobody. Go look at the play. Second was Kyrgios' fault. So we made 2 mistakes to cause the goal, It's not like they created something and break us down. When they did, they missed a chance. So that's my soliloquy.
Yeah, explain the Havertz thing, because Trossard was the one that passed the ball back in that situation.
No.
I'm
saying if Havertz, to me, caused the first goal.
Oh, okay. All right.
So if you go back to the first, they just showed it on the screen. I think it was Havertz.
I haven't seen it.
They showed a player standing on the 18-yard line, almost in the corner, doing nothing. The ball is played between him and with the defense is at the touchline, and that's how the kid chipped it and it got put in. He wasn't marking anybody. He wasn't marking anybody. He wasn't marking a space.
Someone was asking a question about Arteta, and I still have to remind people that Arteta's coming into his 5th year now, and from what I've seen from him and his style of managing, which by the way is increased exponentially, incrementally year on year in his tenure, but I do see him being a little bit risk averse when we go down to 10 men, because the statistic I put out when we go down to 10 men, which isn't a lot, but look, he's been managing for, let me get
Paula, risk averse is a euphemism for extremely conservative, is what I call it.
So
risk averse.
Out of the 240 games that he's managed, he's had 17 red cards. And in those 17 red cards, 3 wins, 7 draws, 7 losses. So, and that's
wait. Before you go further, what timing of those 3 wins? When did we get the red card? That's also important.
I don't know. I don't. You'd have to look.
It's important. If it's the 80th minute, then it's easy to last about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you get
unfortunately,
the
the 3 red cards this season have been earlier.
Yeah.
That's been the biggest problem. So as I think it was Cam. Why does Arteta do it? I think he's risk averse by nature. I think that's his nature. I think that's his infinity. So I think he's always been like that, even as a player, which is fine. Managers have their ethics and their philosophies, and they live and die by them. And most of the time, it gets them by. Same with Pep, same with Klopp, same with Arteta. But there are going to be times where it doesn't, where it falls back on you. And today was one of those days where it fell back on him. Make no mistake, his teams are well drilled. His teams understand what they're supposed to do. And for most of the part, they are very, very good, among the best teams in Europe. but sometimes, like what you saw today, I mean, the amount of missed passes today, the lack of creativity, it was just a bad performance. And you see it. There were games, we saw it last year, didn't we? Against West Ham and Boxing Day, against Fulham, where we had them 2 losses. And then you go back to this year where we only had that 1 loss against Villa, which was the 2-0 game, which we dominated. It wasn't like we played badly in that game. We dominated that game. But this game reminded me of the Fulham game where we just did not turn up. And that's the mental side. This is where, when I talk about fine margins, this is where you win and lose championships, because a championship team does not come out like this. Even on your worst day, it does not come out like this. And for me, we're still having those mental red cards. Which when was the last time a Man City player was sent off? And these are the things that when you have a player being sent off, you then have to carry that. You've got to carry that. And it's not just one. If it's once, then it's an anomaly and it very rarely happens. But 3 red cards in the first 8 games, there are some mental problems that are kicking in with this team, which they have to nip in the bud. Emerson?
I agree with all what you've just said. I disagree with all you said. There's nothing bad that I can say about the performance. I agree everything what you've all said today, because I'm just waiting to see the other podcasts. As you said, don't bother listening to them, because they're all going to talk near enough the same thing. And this thing is, just move on to Tuesday, get Shakhtar Donetsk, then see where we go from there after the Shakhtar Donetsk game against Liverpool. That be the game I'll see you. That be the game I'll see you next Sunday. That's the game I'll see you next. That's the game I'll see you next Sunday at that usual spot where we normally have our little chat.
Yeah, and that's what I do when it comes to a poor performance like this. Some fans, they go out and their weekend is spoiled. Like that's it for them. They just die on a chair. But for me, I'm shutting this down as soon as I close the stream. I'm gonna go and spend some time with my wife and my daughter. I'm gonna go and watch a nice movie. Tomorrow I'll get ready for the Grand Prix and then watch.
Because your Redskins are playing well, so what do you care?
Yeah, exactly. So and then I'll come back on Tuesday and then we go again, because at the end of the day, what's the point in being frustrated? It's frustrating when these guys just they laid an egg today. They're getting paid all that money. They're well prepared and drilled, and they didn't perform. And the manager on top of it threw the white towel in so they got it wrong. They're gonna have to eat that. I'm not gonna let it spoil my weekend, bro. I'm not that type of person, man. Yeah.
I don't agree with Cam that he doesn't play the kids, Cam. You're wrong on that, Cam. How many Premier League games have any of the kids started? Yes, he brought Lewis Kelly against Man City late when we run out of people.
Yeah, and he's put Ranieri onto. I think this is how many games has Ranieri played this season, Emerson? 4. So he's played 4 out. So he's been in half the games.
He's played 1 full game, and the rest were just cameo roles.
Yeah, the full game was the League Cup game, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that's going to be
doesn't play him in the tough.
But Bertram, if you go back to last season, you wouldn't even seen an academy player. So he is improving, for better or for worse. He is improving on that regard, because that's the one thing we've all said this summer is everybody now has made it quite clear when was the last great academy player that's come through, and I think he's trying to change that this season. But we'll see. It's early days yet.
Yeah.
All right, guys, listen, don't let this spoil your weekend, man. We absolutely laid an egg today. The fallout is going to be inevitable from the fan base. We all know what's coming. But it's some uncharacteristic mistakes. The ball being played back, costing the red card, another sending off, and then the sloppy passes from Trossard, which we talked about, and then Kiviar with another sloppy pass, which caused a through run into the box, giving away a penalty. It's really weird because Arsenal have now conceded 2 more goals in 3 of their last 4 games, having done so like in the last 22 games. People have to remember, when we started 2024 as a year, we let 4 goals in 4 months. Yeah, we let 4. That's how good we were, and that's all just dried up. So there's some issues that we've got to work on right now. and they gotta pull their socks up, because it ain't gonna get any easier, man. This build up is gonna this fixture list is gonna pile up on us. So look, I get it. No Odegaard, no Saka. I get it, guys. 100%.
What's the story with Timber? I think Timber is just as important as all those players.
He is, but I think he's going to be back for the Liverpool game next week. From
we
what
need
I've
him.
been told,
We're gonna have somebody that's right centre back.
Yeah,
And the way
yeah.
Ben
You
White
saw,
is playing, Diaz gonna have a field day.
yeah, exactly. And you saw how White struggled today. Timber don't get beat like that, you know, bro.
No, no. You don't get beat. Period.
You know?
You don't get beat. Period. And we don't have Tamiyasu either, so that's a problem.
Exactly.
You don't have Tamiyasu who's the center who can play centre back, can play on the left side of centre back. You don't have Timber. That's a problem.
Yeah, it is, man.
Kiwior is not the answer.
All right, guys, I appreciate it,
Wow.
and we appreciate you too, guys, in the chat as well, man. Big up to everybody, and we'll be back on Tuesday with Shakhtar Donetsk. Nice one, guys. Big up everybody.
Have a good
Peace
weekend,
out,
everyone.
man.
Tough day.
Nice
Thank you, guys. Bye.